55.
Are you in the Patriots? Oh, yep.
Yep, I am.
We're not doing that.
Looks like we're not.
Okay.
Yep, I mentioned it 3 times. It
Did you
didn't
want-
get
I'm
set
gonna
up,
make you
so
one.
we're
There's
not.
blue bottle in the house too. Are you sure? Because if I go through that, I'm gonna go back to the blue bottle.
Well, if
I
you
don't.
get to the blue bottle, I can open this one, but
You good? You good?
At least I better not.
Bunnies ought to be quiet for you because they're all fed.
Yep. They never make noise.
Oh, they
Not enough.
bounced around. I've
Not
heard a
enough.
couple of times.
Okay. Yep.
Okay, my phone's on silent.
Yeah, hang on. There's one more thing we need to do before that. How many more minutes do we have?
Like
Oh, we still got 4 minutes. We can't start early.
4. Yeah, it's gonna take me 4 minutes to get in my chair though. Get my shoes off.
Watch your drink so you don't dump it.
If that happens, I got a backup plan. I'm tilty.
Are you okay? You want me to change it? Because I couldn't get it perfectly level. Is it okay?
I'll be okay.
Alright. Did you?
Stop, don't say anything.
Breathe, right? Oh, I needed you over here.
Oh, well, sorry, I already sat down.
We have a notebook or anything?
no, I'm just gonna.
There's a
Gonna
notebook
wing it.
inside too.
Where
Yeah.
was
I'll
it?
just wing it.
On the computer somewhere.
How many minutes we have? 3?
3.
3. Alright, so it's been a very busy day on Simon Says Saturday 78, and the last thing we have to do, not really have to do,
Oh,
but
that's
want
what
to
we're
do, is Q&A, which I think it's number 5 or 6 or something like that. Who knows? So we're starting the live Q&A with the team. See?
Hey
The
team.
team. Hello team. Team. And then
Wow,
we
they
will,
really took the
that
whole
was
on air.
so-
Don't say anything.
I know,
Serious.
that was very
All right,
exciting.
let's
So
do it again.
hit the subscribe button below if you're not following us already. And this, for you guys live over there, this is confusing. For
This
you
is
guys
just
live
beginning
over
for
there,
you guys, but this is the end of
for-
our video
for
here.
these guys, which will be up tomorrow. So, see ya.
Bye.
All right, now that's done. Go back to that later. And we're probably pretty close. Oh, I don't have my phone because it's right there. Forgot that part. Like, where'd my phone?
Long day today?
Yes.
Yeah.
Long couple
Yeah.
days.
Yeah.
I mean, we have no notes prepared for
Yeah.
today.
No notes. We're winging this.
So.
Oh yeah, it's disconnect.
We had.
It is what it is.
We, it is
Tonight.
what it is. We have no paper, no notes,
I have no notes.
and we're winging it. Are we? Is it time?
It's
No.
time.
It's 1 minute,
1
so we're
minute.
gonna let some stragglers come in.
Yep, they're on there. Oh, somebody just put up one of those little director things that said action.
Oh,
That was
okay.
pretty funny.
Live from Salem.
Can anybody tell? Like, can you hear us?
Yeah, let's start with that. Can you
Sound
hear
check.
us? Sound check.
Yeah, I can hear you.
All right. Good. He can.
Thanks.
I'm here. On my phone.
Oh, smart ass.
Oh, I got an ad.
Oh, you can't.
I got an
say
ad.
that.
Hang on.
Your
Yeah.
own video.
Yeah.
my
Do you
own
know
video.
how many times I have to watch an ad for my own video? I'm like, this is kind of weird.
Oh man.
Just think, watch like 2,000 of them. We'll make a penny.
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah. Aaron wore his favorite pants. No.
No,
I wore
Aaron wore your
favorite
favorite pants.
Because somebody told me I couldn't dress like a bum for this. I had
And yet, this is what you dressed
yeah, I
I mean,
dressed up. Live in front of the studio audience.
this episode was recorded in front of a live studio.
All right, so it's 7 o'clock, and it is time
Q&A
to,
with
L&A.
L&A. Cheers. Oh, you
6 or
almost
7,
spilled.
I
We
can't
don't
remember.
know. I have
We're
no
gonna
clue.
stop counting, but it's been a crazy week. Obviously,
The rooster's still
the,
awake.
the roosters are still out. I do have to close that door.
No,
But
I
I'll
mean
close it in a
eventually.
minute.
Right now we're getting
Um,
some nice natural light though.
It is.
So, where do we start?
Crazy.
Because we wrote no notes down.
No notes. Okay, so since the last time we saw you,
Oh, jeez. Last
it's been
Thursday,
we had open barn.
2,029 people.
2,029 people with an epic after party around the
Yes.
bonfire after.
Yes.
Lots of fun, learned lots of lessons.
Yeah, 2 days of recovery. That's
We
what
had
Yeah.
2 days of recovery later.
Yes.
Anyway,
Yeah.
yeah, so we learned a lot of things on kind of what we're not gonna do next year.
Right. So if you don't remember, that was our 3rd year of Open Barn.
Yes.
We went from 100 people year 1 to about 300 people year 2 to about
2,029 people on
year 3. The police, the fire department, they all were here, but they were all happy with the way we pulled it off.
They gave us a lot of credit actually on our parking traffic system and
Yeah. So we've readjusted. We've already launched some goat snuggle parties. Had the first one today with about 16
so
people.
much fun.
It was perfect.
Goat yoga
Was this morning.
was a huge success.
Again, first time we've ever done it.
Yep.
Yep.
So much fun.
So now we're rethinking all that, and obviously the question on everybody's mind is Jack
How
Jack.
is Jack Jack?
So take
All right,
it away.
so I'm going to go into explaining exactly what happened from the very beginning. So it all started yesterday morning when we were just doing barn chores and just checking on everybody. The normal routine of watching everybody play and making sure everybody was out of their barrels and running around. It's just our normal check that I do personally. And I noticed Jack Jack and Billy were sleeping together. Not uncommon. Got them up, held Jack Jack. He's always usually pretty snuggly anyway. So I was rocking him and doing my thing, and we let the moms in while I was doing all of that, and I noticed that Genevieve's udder looked really, really good, and I thought
She's got a really good
wow,
looking
she's
udder.
got a really good looking udder. This is her 3rd year having babies, and they usually peak right around the 3rd year with their udder and capacity, and it looks really nice. That's what I thought it was. But as I put Jack Jack down, I noticed that he was just standing there, staring off into space, like he was peeing, actually. And he wasn't peeing.
Keep going.
Okay, I'll keep going. So then I felt Genevieve's udder, and I noticed that she was not just having an impressive udder, but she was engorged, meaning he wasn't nursing off of her. So my go-to is always to take their temperature to see what's going on. I examined him, didn't see anything outwardly, no diarrhea, no runny nose, no gooby eyes. Took his temperature, and it was 105 at the time.
I think it was higher. I think it was like 105. Yeah, no, you're right.
In the
105.
morning, it was
You're
105.
back a couple days.
Out
like-
yesterday morning.
Oh yeah, wow. Time
Yesterday
flies
morning.
when you're having fun.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
I called the vet, and she had me start him on Banamine, which is a
Tylenol for goats.
It's inflammation reducer and fever reducer, and some penicillin, as she thought he was working on possibly some pneumonia, since our temperatures were, beautiful one day down to wet and damp and cold the next day. So those highs and lows can cause pneumonia in animals. We started him on that and let him go for the day, separated him into his own little pen with Genevieve, and then by the evening, it was now 6 o'clock, we were getting ready for our little date night with some friends of ours, and I took his temperature, and it was at 107.
They should be at 102.
107. That's the highest reading I've ever gotten on any animal. So I called our vet, and as I called her, I scooped Jack up, plopped him in my truck, and just started driving to her house. Forgot my phone at home. Forgot everything. I was wearing slippers. Just went. And we made it a 45-minute drive in 20 minutes. And I realized my truck can easily do 90. No problem. And Jack sat right next to me the whole time. We got to the vet. She shaved his top line, like his back where his spine is, to release all of that heat, which is why he's got a cute little hairdo now. And got him some medicine right into his bloodstream and put ice packs and a fan on him to try to quickly reduce that temperature. And she was happy enough to let us go once he hit about 105, which still isn't good. Let's just preface, that's still not good. But it's not 107.
Yep.
So he got started on a totally different antibiotic. After her exam, she determined that he is having an anaphylactic shock type pneumonia in his right lung, meaning he got bit by something. Not a wasp because it's too cold and early for wasps. I haven't seen any bees, but he got bit by something, which he lives in a barn. We're guessing it's some kind of spider. So there's no like anti-venom. It's just treating the infection that was caused by this. So now it's a fight to keep his temperature down where it needs to be, and him nursing, which he's doing a really good job of nursing. She was shocked that he didn't need fluids or any kind of maintenance on that end. But yeah, we ran the fan all day today. I just turned it off for the first time tonight. He is at 103.9. I'm calling it. He's in the 103s. So that's huge. He is still on Banamine. He did get it, 2-3 hours ago?
4 o'clock.
4 o'clock. So he's still really on meds. So it'll be interesting to see what
So
he
you'll
does
probably see
overnight.
me in the barn in the middle of the night again.
Yeah.
Like last night.
Yeah. So we do need to keep monitoring him. He's not, can't take our eyes off of him yet. So I think that's the Jack update. I'm sure if there's other questions, you guys are more than welcome to ask. And we will get started, I guess, with some questions.
Angie, I don't know if you saw any. I'm kind of looking for some.
Ireland wants to know, how is Poppy?
Yeah.
Oh. From one can of worms to another.
Yeah. Poppy's continuing to continue. There really hasn't been much of a change. She's still bringing in a lot of food and not able to swallow it. We're not sure why, but I did make an appointment. Our vet had a crazy week this past week. She's got a crazy week next week, but we are on her calendar for Thursday, and she's going to have a full oral exam on Thursday morning, provided the vet's schedule doesn't change and an emergency pops up that will require some sedation. So Poppy will be in her own private pen, probably. It depends on how she recovers and what they end up finding. So Poppy continues to drool, and we're keeping a close eye on her too.
You said that's coming up in a couple days.
Thursday.
Yeah.
Thursday is when that's happening.
So why'd you start raising goats?
Well, I thought it was gonna be fun, and then I actually there's one of those stupid spiders. Why did I start raising goats?
Yeah, I think it was, the question was,
Yeah.
what got you into goats or something like that?
Oh, well, I mean, the idea of wanting to provide food for our family is really what started the whole farm. So that's why we started with chickens. We had the eggs. That they're sourced from animals that weren't like pumped up on hormones and antibiotics. And then goats I've always had a fondness for. And they're just like outdoor dogs. Like, they just have really neat personalities, and we wanted to raise them for milk initially, and then we got into showing
And then we raised the cow off of our goat
off
milk.
of the goat milk.
And now we make lotion that we can't keep up with the orders because you guys are awesome.
Yeah, which I did make 60 bottles of lotion this week, but that's not even gonna make a dent in what you guys have ordered. So I have 2 flavors
We're gonna start.
Don't eat them.
So,
Scents.
So seeing that you went there on the lotion, we're gonna start filling some of the orders that came in, but I may have to jump around and order a little because we only made 2 cents. We have 6, so if like order number 4 was 1 of each cent, unfortunately I can't fill yours, but I could fill order number 5 because they only ordered 1 bottle and
that's
bottle.
the kind we made.
So we're just gonna get rid of these 60 bottles. We're gonna ship them out
They're
basically
gonna be gone like next
this week.
Yeah.
So you guys will start seeing that soon, much earlier than we thought.
Right, but I'm not getting any more milk.
Now we're getting 0 milk.
So
yeah.
Yeah.
So that brings us to the House of Pie question.
There's a House of Pie
somebody
question.
said, "Is Jack going to go live in the House of Pie?" The
Were
answer
they
is
in the car with us?
probably not. But if it was up to her, they'd all live in the House of Pie. First, the House of Pie is not here yet. There's a lot that has to happen between now and then. Logistically, we've got like a 6-week window to figure it out. Financially, actually. The Patreon's doing pretty good, and I was able to shave 10 grand off the price of the project, so that's a good thing. So it's still all being worked out, so it's looking good, but it's not there yet. So the House of Pie, we're still working on it, but I don't know if Jack would live there. Is that what you said in the car? Can't remember. You talk about keeping goats all the time. I lose the conversation sometimes.
I knew you weren't listening.
No, I was listening.
He just wasn't processing.
Right.
I was hoping you were kidding.
Yeah. Probably shouldn't have those conversations while you're driving either.
Yeah. I think
Yeah.
I think she did say Jack might live in the
So I
House
have
of
somebody interested in Jack.
That's what I said. If a customer's interested, customer comes first. I do remember that.
I know.
Yeah.
The problem is when you pour your heart and soul into an animal to like make them live, it's really hard to send them away. Hence why Poppy's here.
Good point. Yeah. So it's like 50-50.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm gonna have that conversation with the potential
customer.
because I still have so many cute boys and that are still available that I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
We don't know. Mr. Hamburger asked what's and that's the real name. Mr.
Yes, I
Hamburger.
know.
What's normal goat temperature? 102. I think.
Yeah, anything between 101.5 and 102.5. I don't really start getting worried until they hit 103.5. So it's like there's like that caution area between the 103 and 103.5. You're like, I should probably keep an eye on you.
Mm-hmm.
Anything over 103.5, definitely once they hit 104, there's phone calls to the vet. It really depends on how they're acting too. If they're acting totally normal, like Moo just runs hot.
I remember. Yep.
Moo runs hot. So I know if she's at 104, I'm not really going to worry about it unless she's acting sick. And then if Moo ever acts sick, we're toast. She never acts.
So, a good question here, and I jumped. One, real quick, how's Moo's leg?
Yep.
Great.
Moo's doing well.
She's got a lot of strength in it. There's still a little bit of like a callus almost, just from where the bone was broken and it was in the cast rubbing, but it's fine.
And then the other question was, does your vet take oral x-rays? So that we have not.
She does have an x-ray machine.
But we haven't done that yet.
We've never had to do x-rays.
So we're going to sedate and go in and take a look.
This will be the first time we do an invasive exploratory on anybody.
Right.
We've only ever done a reactive, like something happens like Moo and we cast it. Something happened to another goat and we treated it. And we only do something. Poppy's a big question mark. So
Yeah.
now we have to go in and look for something.
Yeah.
We don't even know what we're going to find, if we're going to find anything. And the vet literally said, I'm afraid we're going to do all of this and we're not going to find anything. And I'm going to sit there and tell you yet again, I don't know.
Right.
Even though
But we
she's a
have no-
highly qualified vet.
And we have no choice at this point.
Yeah.
We kind of have to do it. So
Yeah.
somebody, I don't know the name, but they preface this question with, Aaron's going to hate this question.
Oh,
saw that
no,
one.
I can't wait for this one.
Have you ever thought about having sheep?
Yes, I have.
Yes, you thought about it.
Yes,
But the answer was no.
no.
Because sheep are either alive or dead. They're
It's
never
a hard
sick.
no there.
They're pretty much never sick. They're
The
very
vet says sheep have no will to live.
yeah. They're either
If they sneeze, they're dead. They don't just cough and you have time to treat them.
yeah.
By the time they're coughing, they're already swirling the drain.
Right.
It's
Yeah.
done,
Plus,
it's
I would
over.
not. I personally would never do sheep.
I don't have any.
No
I don't have
alpacas, no sheep, no
Right.
llamas, none
We're
of that
not
crap.
fiber people,
No
so,
fiber.
but I know somebody who is, so you can have them.
Yeah, but she wanted Moo too, and look what happened.
Yeah,
Yeah,
to
so-
live here.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
She's gonna be like, I want a llama.
She's like, you're welcome, because half your subscribers are Moo fans anyway.
Speaking of Moo fans, I'll just throw it out there. My sample Moo stuffed animal should be here soon.
You didn't even tell me about
No,
that.
wait a second. Let's rephrase. So we want to make a Moo stuffed animal, a little one, like a little 6-inch stuffy, right, of Moo.
Yeah, I know.
But when you call these custom stuffed animal places and you tell them you want a goat that looks like a cow, they're like, what? And I'm like, no, that's
Let
exactly
me show
what
you a picture.
That's
That's what I usually want.
So it's a very difficult project to get stuffed animals made in China and shipped here because that's the only way to do it.
I know a guy.
Yeah, I know a guy. And you got to buy in bulk, lots of bulk. But they're sending me a sample, not of what we want, but just a sample of their work. So it's going to be the
Okay.
wrong animal. They'll just send me something so you could look at stitch quality and like, this is, oh, this looks good. Looks like it was quality made. Then we get a custom made one version of Moo the Goat. And then if we like that, we go into full production and there'll be a Moo the Goat stuffy for sale. Hopefully by Christmas is my goal.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
That was 6
That's-
months ahead of schedule.
Yeah, well, it was by
It's-
next kidding season was the original goal.
Yeah.
But if I can get all that ironed out over the summer, why not have them ready for Christmas?
Yeah.
So it's another thought in the back
project.
of my head.
Yeah. Claudia wants to know, Aaron, when you are in your real job, do
Ugh.
you see the camera?
So that's funny you say that. So I was in my real job a lot this week. Lots of meetings, lots of appointments, lots of travel, lots of everything. And my boss and I were actually watching the camera live at dinner with about 6 other businessmen at 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock at night after a full day of work.
That's where the
Just
sweatshirt.
hobbies come up. Like, what do you guys
Yeah.
do for a hobby? One guy talked hockey, and I wanted to poke my eyes out.
Yeah.
Another guy talked about golf, and I wanted to jump out of the table. And then they're like, "What do you do?" And I'm like, "You would never believe this. Look, my wife's doing chores. Like, see, and there's 280 people watching, and
Yeah.
we're 6 of them, or whatever." So yes, they see it. They think it's funny. They think it's crazy.
You watch it in your office.
I watch
too.
it at work.
You
so,
have a
yeah.
whole
Oh yeah, my home
computer
office here.
screen.
Yeah, my home office here. I keep an eye on it all the time. It's kind of like, you're typing emails, you're on the phone, and I could keep an eye if some goat does something really stupid.
Yeah.
I could run out here and come
Yeah.
help. But other than that, no. Pretty much everybody I know knows what we do.
Well, that's
Yeah.
where you were on a business trip once in New York City, or maybe it was a day trip. I don't know. And that's where the Simon,
I remember that.
the sweatshirt that says Simon says "FU" came from.
Yes, I
it's
had
a one of a kind
a
sweatshirt.
good. Actually, my inside sales guy, my right hand man, because I sell for a living. My right hand man. We were out after work. We were at the bar, and the last name's Simon. He goes, "You should make a sweatshirt that says Simon says FU." I was like, "If I make it, will you buy it?" He said yes. Within 20 minutes, I made a custom
on the
sweatshirt
website.
on the website. He bought it. It shipped to his house. Once he got it, I took it off the site.
Yeah, that's
Yep.
not something that we're gonna keep
And I
up
told
with.
him, it's a one of a kind. And he's like, "I love this shirt."
Yeah.
Literally my last name. Simon says FU on it. And it's one of a kind. But that's what I like to do. Somebody said it literally on this trip, my boss. That sounds like a lot of work. That's not a hobby. And I'm like, but when you love what you do, it's not work. And, so that was it. It was just like, I sat at the bar and made a custom sweatshirt for somebody because that's what I love doing. So.
Well, it's the same thing when we asked for feedback after the open barn, and everyone's like, you should charge and have smaller groups. And we have been thinking about smaller group
Yep.
and charging a small fee to come and have that smaller, more intimate experience with the babies. And
It
20
exploded.
minutes before you had to leave, we were on the
Yeah.
website designing the whole thing from.
So within 20 minutes, we launched a whole new product line, 9 new versions, and a whole new webpage in 20 minutes.
And then launched it.
And then sold 40 tickets almost in about, by the time I landed, I looked and I was like, wow, a lot of people are coming to the farm this weekend.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, it's what
Just
we
fun.
enjoy doing. One of my main goals in this farm was to share it. I don't why have it if you're not going to share it with people? And this is the best time of year to share it because who doesn't love baby goats? I mean, let's be real, they're super cute.
I don't know that question about Patreon for hay. Did you guys see that, Emma?
I sign up to your Patreon for hay for 1 goat. Can I get a tub of them brisket they like?
Biscuits, I think.
Oh, biscuits.
Oh.
Biscuit.
Biscuits,
Got it.
like the animal
Yes.
crackers.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll put
Yeah, we've got a bunch of animal crackers
Yeah.
for when Wacky Wednesdays come back. So we're good for now, but we could always take our $6 and go buy animal crackers instead of a bale of hay. There's always stuff to buy around here, so
There's always
Yeah.
something.
yeah.
Yeah. Mr. Hamburger said, I know mountain goats, and I know that they are enormous climbers. Your goats climb on everything they can.
Yep.
Do all goats love to climb? Yes.
Yes. Yeah, I would
I
say
was waiting
yes.
for you to say something.
Yeah, I was reading.
like, come on, you know the answer to this. I'm
Oh,
teleporting it to your brain.
I was reading the next question. Yeah, when we were bringing the platform outside, so Goat Yoga had more
Yeah.
room.
They were climbing on it.
They were climbing on it as I was trying to get it out of the room.
They love it. It's
Yeah.
just.
Yeah, it's one of the reasons goats are escape artists.
Yes.
So when you let your goats go outside and roam outside all day long, you can't put anything
near that fence.
near the fence line, or else they'll find
Yeah.
a way out.
Well, it's just like this morning when Fiona was missing her mom during the end of the yoga class, she like parkour jumped into the hay feeder over here by Genevieve's pen, like from the ground.
Yeah.
So that's an indication that we have some more work to do because we have to muck out all the.
Yep. So that goes right to the next question. Somebody asked,
Oh,
when are we
really?
mucking out again? It's coming
soon.
very soon, probably.
Very,
Could
very soon.
possibly be this week.
Yeah.
So it's got to get done. It's starting to get warm. We got to look at night temperatures. We want the nighttime temperatures to stay in that 40-degree range.
50 would even be great.
50 would even be better at night, and it sounds like
Once
we're
the
not
flies,
there
though,
yet.
come, I want to get this out before the flies because
Correct.
the flies are going to be bad regardless. But with all this compost in here, it's just a breeding ground for flies.
Yeah.
So we want to get this out of here before that happens.
Somebody asked about an endoscopy for
Yes.
Poppy. We've thought of that.
They don't-
Unfortunately, there's not the vet doesn't have that kind of equipment, and the endoscopy they do have access to is for horses. It's too big. It's not going to work on goats. So it's an endoscopy for an animal that small is like it's almost like an oxymoron. Most of the time, animals that small, you don't go that far to try to save them. Unfortunately.
Well, even a dog or a cat one, I guess. But I don't know if.
It's not popular in livestock vets, really.
Yeah, no.
Gotta understand, a lot of people who own livestock wouldn't try as hard as we are to save
the other
them.
thing.
So that's it. It just, in a horse, yeah, it's a $10,000 horse or whatever. You're gonna use an endoscopy to save it. But a goat's $200-300. Unfortunately, not a lot of people would put this kind of work to try to save it.
Right.
So it's not. It's just we can't find one, an endoscopy that would
We've been
fit.
looking.
Yeah, we have been looking.
When Poppy had her botulism.
Apple should make one.
When Poppy had her.
I mean, come on, a camera I can hook up to an iPhone and could work.
Actually, they make a Bluetooth.
Wait a second, the plumbing store has a camera where
Yeah.
you can run down your.
Yeah.
We're gonna have to look into that.
There's one that works with your phone.
Don't tell the vet. Poppy.
Poppy, no.
Okay.
I'll save you.
Yeah. Do you spray the barn? No, we don't spray the barn. Not really. Bugs?
I
No.
have sprayed for flies before.
Yeah, we treat the animal.
I don't treat the animal.
Well, we have something now that we could treat the animal.
Yeah, I don't like to spray chemicals all over my goats.
True.
So, if anything, when we muck out the barn, we do put some lime down, and that helps to dry out the ground. And some diatomaceous earth sometimes we use, and I try not to use chemicals because that's, unless absolutely necessary, it's just not.
Yeah. I would guess Thunder weighs about 18 pounds. Somebody asked that
Jack
question.
is 15 pounds.
Oh, geez, so Thunder's probably like 25.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Jack
Thunder's
was
huge.
15 pounds last night when he was weighed at the vet. And I'm so happy she didn't have me be like, okay, now you stand on the scale. And now take Jack and stand on the scale again. She had an actual livestock scale that I just had to place him on. I was like, whew, I didn't need to know how much I weighed.
So Lori's wondering, and next year, will Moo be having babies? And as long as she's healthy through the summer, the answer is yes.
Yeah,
Moo
the
will
vet's
have
really happy with how she's looking right now. So as far as long as she remains this healthy over the summer, there's really no reason she can't have babies next year.
Ooh, that's a good question.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody just asked, Dizzy, I think.
Okay.
Dizzy Dreamin'. Could you have Nigerian dwarves with other large breed goats?
Yes.
Yeah, you can.
Yep, the only reason they would hurt each other is if one had horns and the other didn't.
Good point.
Other than that, it's just like having a yearling.
Babies with,
Yeah, babies with the moms, or a yearling with the moms. You know, it's just, the difference is that a Nigerian won't get any bigger than 50 pounds or so.
Do you plan on bringing in any new breeds of goats that I don't know of?
Nope.
Okay.
Not new
Sarah,
breeds.
that question was for you.
Not
I
new
think that-
breeds, just more of the kind we have.
Yeah, new breeds of goat girls to keep. Yeah, no new breeds.
We're gonna stick with the 3 breeds that we have right now.
OMG, I need a Moo stuffed animal. We're working on it.
Yes.
Oh, that's the same lady with the Moo icon as her picture.
Yes.
Yeah, we're working on it. We could have sold thousands of those at open house. With
Next
2,000
I'm not
people.
having
No, we're
2,000
not-
people at my house again.
We're
That's
not doing a
happening.
2,000 person open
Nope.
barn again, even though it was very exciting, but we're not doing
Yeah.
it.
Do you have a question that? Okay.
Yeah, Auntie Bird asked, are Moo and Rainey British Alpines since they're black and white?
I'm pretty sure they're American Alpines.
I don't know.
Yeah. I'd actually have to look at Rainey's, because I know there's a difference between Toggenburg and American Toggenburgs, and we have American Toggenburgs.
Okay.
But as far as, I don't recall Rainey's pedigree registration saying anything but Alpine on it.
Yeah.
So no, a moo is definitely not like, okay, this is gonna come out wrong. She's not registered. It's not that she's not special, but she's not registered, so I wouldn't be able to tell you what line.
But speaking of moo,
Yeah.
yes, we do have a moo shirt. It's available on our website
Is
somewhere. Yeah, one of the moderators, if you could drop a link.
Team moo shirt.
Drop a link to the swag, the t-shirt section. There's a moo one because moo's laying down in the shirt. I don't think it's a team moo, but it's a moo. There's a moo shirt there somewhere. Yep.
Let's see. Angie, you got one while we're looking?
Yep. Linda wants to know, how long do the moms get grain after kidding?
Until we dry them up.
Yeah, as long as they're milking, they need grain.
Yep.
Yep. And that's the only time of year they pretty much have grain.
So
well, right,
yeah, a month before kidding to the day they're pretty much done. As they are drying up, we lessen their grain so that they don't have the calories to put into their milk. And then once they're bred, they don't need grain anymore.
Yeah, Brenda's funny. She commented when I was talking about myself and my boss and all the business guys watching this.
Yeah.
She goes, "This is why we always need to be nice on this camera. You never know who's watching."
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that's funny. I don't know if you got another one there, Angie.
Typo Queen wants to know if goats ever sleep standing up.
Oh,
I think we've caught them standing, yeah.
Yeah, they'll have like this, they'll drop their head slowly, and then they'll pop it back up like a puppy. Yeah, no, they do. Kate Medlin said, is there a way to increase our Patreon account without ending and starting? That would make us get charged again this month. I'm pretty sure you can increase or decrease your monthly.
Yeah, you can do that at any time.
In your account.
Yeah, so you log into your account and say, I want to move to the next tier. So next month it would move you to the next tier and not start you over right now this month.
If it does charge you right away, just
let us
do
know.
Everything right around, like on the first.
Yeah, because it charges on the 1st of the month. So don't sign up on the 30th or the 30th.
You'll get charged like 2 days later.
You'll get charged 2 days. That's just the way the system works. So, but it's only the 12th, so it's not 13th. Yeah.
Right.
We're new to that system too, so.
Carrie E said, "What do your kids think of the cam in the chat?"
So it's funny, I offered again, Jake jumps into the chat, our 13-year-old, every once in a while he's at school, jumps into the chat and starts talking. They always ask me, it's typical kid thing, right? In that teenage 10-year-old bracket, Dad, how many followers do you have? Oh, 12,000? My favorite follower has 10 million, that's nothing. Like, so that's just typical kids. But they do see, you guys have been working on this forever and you only have 12,000, so they're starting to realize that it's not easy to get to 10 million. Your little friends there playing Fortnite all day long, they got 10 million. That's a job. That's not a game to them. Like, it's not easy to get there. So they're starting to realize that.
I think they take a lot of, like, I think Quinn's inside right now watching the cam.
Quinn's not. I put him to bed.
Yeah, no, but when we were out here working,
that's true.
I came inside and he was like, I'm just watching the goats.
Yeah, so
and
they love it.
I was like, you were watching me. I was like, yeah. Yeah, they love it.
They like it. Yeah. I know my 10-year-old wants to be a YouTuber, but I offered for him to sit right here next to us during Q&A, and he always backs down. He's shy, so. But they like it.
I don't know that he is, like, well, what if they ask me a question and I don't know the answer?
That was
like,
Jake.
They're going to ask you questions that you can answer. Yeah. It's just about your life on the farm and what you think.
So one day there might be a third or a fourth, or there might be 6 people sitting here. You never know.
Good Lord, Libby.
That would be crazy.
Q&A with Libby.
Yeah, she'd talk the whole time.
Tyler would too.
Yeah. Do you have another one, Angie?
Yeah, Elizabeth wants to know, have you ever found any of your goats in an unusual place, and if so, where?
Outside the fence, that's never good.
Hanging upside down from the jungle gym?
Yes, so that was another good work story.
That's terrible.
So to give context, I'm in New York City on a business trip with a partner of ours, so not an employee from my company, but an employee from another company. And I was like, dude, I gotta take this call. My wife never calls me while I'm traveling for business, and I pick it up, and he can hear her from the kid is hanging from the jungle gym by his leg, and he goes, "Is that your like human kid?
Like a child?"
Like, that was, or is he like?
No, I had said
he hung himself. That's what she
he
said.
hung himself in the. And all the guy on the other line is like,
"Do you have to go?
Should we be done now?"
Yeah.
Like,
So
no, he's fine. He's fine.
So yeah, one of the goats' back leg got stuck in the gym.
This is last year.
And hung upside down, and it was scary. I mean, you hang upside down as a human for who
Long
knows
enough.
how long. We don't even
how
know.
long he was there for.
Could have been 10 minutes, 20 minutes, could have been 2 hours. We don't know. And all the blood rushes to your head. He was not doing good.
He was in rough shape for a
He
little
was
while.
spinning
And
the drain
honestly,
for a
the
little bit.
only reason I even knew something happened was as I was graining the girls and then letting them out this door, the togs, who always eat first, were just standing there alerting. So ears forward, pinned. Wouldn't take their eyes off of something in the front of the paddock. And I'm like, what are they looking at? Thinking it's a cat or a dog walking across, the front yard on the road. And I saw a goat hanging from the jungle gym, and I was like, no.
Yeah.
And he was just hanging there. He didn't break anything. He had
was
some
still
soft
alive.
tissue. Yeah, he had some soft tissue damage, but that was it.
That was probably the weirdest one. I mean, sometimes. Oh, wait a second. I'll go way back. If you guys have noticed, in our barn, we have the outside wall, which is metal, and the inside wall, which is plywood. That's done by design, so the goats can't bang up against the metal where the nails are, the screws, and bend it, and it'd be really loud. And it also works as insulation because it gets filled with some hay or whatever. One year, we're in our
first big year.
We're in the house, and we hear this goat just screaming, and we come outside, and it's stuck between the two walls. And we had to rip the wall apart. We couldn't reach down to get him. And we had to literally get the hammer, the nails out, and rip the whole wall apart to get the little goat out.
Yeah, he had climbed up in the corner.
Oh, the
feeder
corner
up there,
feeder that you guys used to live
which is
behind.
why there's pieces of wood going left to right so that the babies can't squeeze through.
Yep.
And then he had fallen between where Moo's pen is now. There used to be an outside wall there because Moo, the rabbitry was an extension we did later. So that used to be a metal wall right there. The whole barn ended. And so metal wall, and then the piece of plywood, and then the feeder, and he fell between.
So those had to be the two weirdest places we've ever found goats. Yeah, like I said, they're escape artists. Yeah. They're always trying to find a way to get in trouble.
Yeah.
So this is a funny one. It's not really a question, but I want your advice.
Okay.
There's a lady on here. I won't say her name out loud. I'll let her just giggle in silence, right?
Giggle in silence.
She's on a dating site, and the guy she's talking to likes goats. Oh. Is that a good sign or a bad sign?
Oh, I mean, anybody who likes goats is good by me.
Just helping
you
you
should have
out.
him come into chat, and I'll interview him.
We'll vet him out.
I'll vet him. Be like, nah, I don't know.
Yeah, we're like, what do you plan on doing with these goats? Like,
what do you plan on doing with this girl? Like, you know.
Okay, we're going too far. Next question.
Get to know what are your intentions. Because, we're all family, so now.
Yes, congratulations. I don't know the two new mods' names.
Oh, yeah, so Candy and Elizabeth are our new mods for Chat 2.
Yep.
And they are going to be answering questions over there and making announcements and keeping the peace and the trolls away. Brenda and Nona will keep Chat 1. And, obviously they're both going to be talking in each other's chats, but if Nona and Brenda aren't in Chat 1, Candy and Elizabeth have free reign to help.
Yeah, it's like priority 1 and priority 2.
Yeah.
These two have priority inside the barn. These two have priority on the bubble. Yeah. But they all work as a team of 4. Yep. So at some points you might see a lot of wrenches, but that's just because they're having a conversation. Yeah. It's no big deal.
Yep.
Yep. I don't know if you got another one there, Angie.
Lori wants to know, what age do the babies mature at?
Ooh, mature as in like
sexually?
Yeah, well, they're already trying to mount each other, but nothing can happen.
But they're not. That's just practicing.
Yeah.
They're not actually sexually mature. The girls aren't until they hit their first heat cycle at around 8 or 9 months old. The boys, same thing. They could start breeding at 3, 4, 5 months old, no problem. But the girls, thankfully, are seasonal cyclers, so they won't be fertile until
But the boys could be for we gotta get if we're keeping boys, we have to find a place for them to live.
Well, that's what we were talking about today about,
Right.
House of Pie needs to be here when Pie needs to go live there.
Right.
But he's not old enough to be neutered yet.
Correct.
How did Moo end up looking like a cow?
It just so that breed of Alpine can come out any color.
Yeah, Alpines can really come out all sorts of different colors. They're not like Toggenburgs that come out brown and white. Alpines, it's like opening Christmas presents. You just never know what's inside. So,
yeah.
Moo is considered. There's different patterns that have names to them.
Like Charlotte.
Charlotte is a Chamoisé. Rainey is a Cow Blanc. They're French names. And Moo is considered pied.
Yeah. So Moo.
P-I-E-D.
So this actually answers cow person question here. Do you have a favorite breed? I kind of like the fact that Moo, when those babies come out, you have no idea what it's going to look like.
Right.
Togs, you already know what they're going to look like. They're always going to look the same.
Right. La Manchas, though, too, we've had a couple of surprises where, like, Lucy's never had a cream, like a caramel-colored goat before, and then one year she gave birth to a solid white baby, like Sadie, and we're like, where is this hiding in both of, like, mom and dad? Neither one of them are solid white. So, yeah, the genetics are fun.
So when are you going to add live chat to the outside cam? About 2 hours ago.
Yeah, live chat's already there.
It's already there. We're just on the Q&As. We're only answering questions from the inside camera.
Yeah.
When it makes sense to ask a question to the crickets. There's nobody out there right now, which we might add a small solar light. So for you UK people that want to watch an outside camera and just chit-chat and use the chat room, really, you might see a raccoon or a mouse or something out there. You never know. But if we put a tiny little solar light out there so you guys can see, you never know what creature can walk by.
What is the building on the left from the house? That's my mom's house.
Left from the house is
like
right.
Our
This
house?
person's Google mapping us.
No, she saw it on a video.
Oh, she saw it on a video? Yes, that's that's Graham's.
That's Graham's house.
Or Liz's mom's.
Yep.
When you see in the chat, it's Graham's. I think it says
No,
Graham's.
it's her
No,
name.
it says Becca.
No, in fact, it doesn't, and they want it to.
Oh, we got to figure that out.
There's a
and-
Graham's that is on there though.
And yeah, it's her house. It used to be an old school. It used to be a daycare. This place was built as the main house and then a daycare. So, and then we converted the daycare into a basically mother-in-law apartment. But it was already kind of converted.
It was.
that
It
way.
was a guest house
Yep.
before.
Yep.
Yep.
Angie, you got one?
Yep. Kate wants to know, when will you have to get new daddy goats?
Ooh, good question. And we can't keep any of our boys to turn them into daddies.
No. So with the Alpine, I won't need a new Alpine buck until I keep a doe out of Rainey. I can breed Rainey's doe back to Grayson, but if I keep a doe out of that doe, I can't yet follow. You can
Dude,
rewind.
I'm half done. I can't keep track.
You can rewind
Yeah.
and hear that again.
Yeah.
So, for example,
Yeah.
I have Genevieve,
Yeah.
and I kept Harper
Yeah.
and Greta,
Yeah.
who are sired by Giovanni.
Yep.
I can go and breed Genevieve and Harper, Greta and Harper back to Giovanni.
Yep, that makes sense.
But if I kept a doe out of Harper or Greta, I cannot breed that doe back to father and grandfather.
Yeah,
it would be gross.
That's kind of
I
weird.
can breed her back to her father, but I can't breed the grandfather back to his granddaughter.
So to answer the question, soon. We have the,
Well, I
in
don't
the La
plan-
Mancha.
So, okay, but I don't plan on keeping anything out of Harper or
That's
Greta.
true. So you don't need a new boy.
So I don't need a new boy there. With Grayson, he's still really young,
He's
and
already
I
new.
didn't get to keep anything out of
Yep.
Rainey, so I don't need a new buck anytime soon there. And I literally just got, this is Moose's first year here.
Yeah.
So,
So
even
actually,
if I keep something out of Moose, I have 2 years before I'll get anything out of those babies.
So depending on what you keep, it's about a 3-year
It's a
window.
long time.
3 to
I
4 or
think-
5 year window.
Yeah, I'm
pretty much.
thinking at this right now we're about 4 or 5 years away from needing it, even thinking about a new buck.
Age-wise, though,
Age
the
wise,
La Mancha
they're fine.
buck's getting older. No.
He is. He's 4.
Yeah. Okay. So he's fine. Yeah. So not anytime soon.
No.
He's distinguished.
He's this. Yeah. He's
Yes,
good.
he's experienced.
And he's very experienced.
Yes.
He knows what he's doing. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Angie, you got one?
He's got
Yeah.
Barry White playing
Yeah.
in the background over there.
Auntie Bird wants to know if you've considered mineral licks instead of the mineral supplement in the tray.
Duh, we can't get our mineral supplement. Tractor Supply is dropping the
Oh,
ball.
don't even get me
So
started
Tractor
on
Supply,
that.
if you're watching, we got to work that one
Yeah,
out.
so goats' tongues aren't rough enough to consume enough of a lick to be beneficial to them. So that's why we have loose minerals that are in a dish that they can just lick up like ice cream. If we could find them in their back warehouse.
So Lori asks, are all breeds of goats raised for milk or only certain breeds, milkers?
Yep, only certain breeds are considered dairy goats. And then you've got your meat goats. And then you've got, like, I don't even really know, other than you just want a smaller sized animal and that gets some milk, why would you do a Nigerian?
Yeah.
They're not considered a full size.
God, they're so loud.
They're not considered a true dairy goat, but they're not meat goats either.
Right.
But you can milk them, and if you only need a little bit.
I saw some people say, I'm new here. Thank you for stopping by. I hope you like my pants if it's your first day here. And,
What a great first impression.
Yeah, I know they're coming back, definitely. Yeah, and hit that thumbs up. 250 something people watching.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So Nina asked, what does not registered mean? So
Just like when you buy a dog, right?
yeah,
you buy
so
a
the
purebred or a
dogs
non.
have AKC registration.
Yeah.
Our goats, we're members of the American Dairy Goat Association, and under that association, we register our goats. And it means that they conform to the standard of perfection, and we can show them at ADGA sanctioned shows, and they can earn legs, which is like if you've done really well as a dry dough. I'll get too specific, and you can just
Yeah, you can stop. Basically, if you want to
Anyway,
go, if you want to go to shows and compete, you need to be registered.
There's more money behind,
Yeah.
higher quality, bigger price
It's-
for a registered animal because it is a show quality.
And there's a lot of paperwork and research and all that stuff put behind
The
it.
bloodlines,
The bloodlines and all that
the
stuff.
the genetics behind them, the
Yeah.
milk lines.
I think you said one of the most expensive goats went for $40,000 or something.
I never said that.
I don't remember what it was. You said it was a lot.
There was an auction.
Not like a horse, but
No.
it was a lot.
There was an auction at the last ADGA National Convention,
Yeah.
and that goat went for like $5,000.
Okay, so goats are not.
Not what we're
Never mind.
charging.
I missed it.
It was
yes.
It's still a lot
Still
of
a
money,
lot, but it's
for
not
a,
like the horse world.
for a goat. No,
No, it's
not
not
even
like-
close. Or even cows. Cows can go for that much, like show cows. Believe it or not.
Moo is an alpine, just so we all know.
Okay.
Yep, Sue. Moo's an alpine. Angie.
Yep, Claudia wants to know if you still have Minnie Moo the rabbit.
Oh,
Yes.
yeah. So that would be
Have her.
Brick. No,
No.
Minnie Moo. Oh, Minnie Moo the rabbit.
Kensley and her
Kensley.
baby,
Yeah.
who's now the same size as Kensley.
Yes, we do. We do.
Yes, they are still over there.
We have had a couple rabbits go home over the last week or two. But,
Yeah, one went home today.
Yep.
And one will go home tomorrow.
Yep. Yes.
Provided all things go well.
Yes, the Bucks are outside. They all have their own little house that they live in. There was a Simon Says Saturday done, I want to say episode 76 or 5. The title says, Who's Your Daddy? That's the one that talks about the dads out there. And it actually explains all these kids, all these baby goats in here, which dad goes to which goat. It's a good one to watch if you're curious. Yes.
That was an interesting question, actually.
What?
Auntie Bird asked, do you ever trade kids with your goat farmers in a swap to get the doe or buck you or they need? Yes.
Yeah.
That's how we ended up with Moose.
Moose. Yeah, it was
We
a trade in plus cash.
Well, we
Yeah.
traded Charlie, our old Toggenburg buck that we couldn't use because Poppy, because we kept Poppy, and Poppy's grandfather and father are Charlie. That's gross. So we're not going to breed Poppy back to her grandfather. Excuse me. So yes, before we bred Poppy, that spring, before we bred her, we traded Charlie for Moose, because that farmer didn't have Charlie's bloodline in his herd, and we didn't have Moose's bloodline in ours.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, we do that.
So Mr. Hamburger, I really hope I can start using the greenhouse soon.
It only has
one
one wall.
Yeah, it's
Every Q&A, they're like, so how's the greenhouse? Dude, we haven't touched it since the last time we talked.
Yeah.
I'd love to have
but
an update
what
on
have
it.
we done since the last time we talked?
Well,
I
we
mean,
just said there was 2,029
Yeah.
people who
And
saw
now-
our unfinished
right.
greenhouse.
And now every weekend from now till July is filled with goat snuggle days, so
We'll try.
probably no greenhouse
We're
building.
trying.
So
I have plans of putting flowers around the box.
she just talked about
I
it
did,
today. She's
but-
like, when you're done with that, we need to make it look
So
good.
3 years
That's what
from
she
now,
told
we
me.
just need to make it look nice.
So I hope to have it done soon. And my goal is to grow more peppers, whether it's habaneros or get into the real hot ones like the scorpion and the California reapers and stuff like
Yeah.
that. Like 1 or 2 plants of each and just play around. That's kind of, and then strawberries. Somebody said strawberries from a gutter in like the
Yes.
ceiling.
Yes.
So we got a lot. I mean,
I
once
have
it's
good
here, it'll become a
intentions.
big hobby zone. Really,
Yeah.
Yeah.
We have good intentions. It's just
it just unfortunately it's not priority
there's
one.
so many
Yeah.
projects that take priority. It's like the greenhouse is always number 11 on a list of 5.
No, did we miss the question from Auntie Bird?
Mm-hmm.
Oh no. Okay. Nona
About?
said if they don't answer it, I've got the
Nope.
answer. Okay, we got
You
that.
answered it.
Oh,
Awesome.
okay.
Got my mild sauce. It was very good. Thank you. I've got some more orders shipping out on Monday, and there's somebody, I can't remember who, in Texas had a broken bottle that's being shipped out as well. So coming soon. Angie, got one we missed?
Nina wants to request a superhero Moo shirt. Moo in a cape standing in the wind. Thank you.
That's actually a good idea. We might be able to pull that one off. Moo.
Dun, 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 dun.
So there's this app. on
What?
it.
Alright, Moo, this is your shot. Stand like a superhero.
Put her on the stand.
I have a picture of Moo standing on the stand this morning. Let me see.
Yo,
if
that could work.
If I look at this picture now, do I see superhero cape?
So Typo Queen says she can make that graphic.
Typo Queen, let's get on
Alright,
it.
let's get on it.
You know,
Um,
Typo Queen's about to get commission for that shirt.
Oh, that. Dun, 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 dun.
There it is, right there. That could work.
I'll take some of the blurriness away, but
I was about to go to Fiverr and just hire somebody to make it. Anybody hear of that app before?
Yep.
yeah.
No. I would have had that done before the end of Q&A.
Oh, good
Typo
lord.
Queen's on it.
Somebody asked how many of the babies are sold. Officially, only 2. And we have 3 pending. I don't know if they want to know who.
That's fine. 3 pending, 2, so that's 5, plus the ones you're keeping, which is like 12.
And we're done!
And we're done. They're all gone. They're all spoken for.
Oh my god, he's so right. I was gonna break it to him later, but now that we're here live on camera, now y'all have witnesses in case he does something stupid.
So what temperature would be considered a good level and stable and kind of out of the wind, I think, for, I think that's what that question was.
For Jack?
So where we don't have to continue to closely monitor for Jack.
I'd be happy if he hit 103. 103 would be, yep, his fever broke, like off Banamine.
Right.
So I need him to be at 103 or less off Banamine. I'll even settle for 103.5 off Banamine.
Yeah.
Before I'm like, all right, he's good. He does have 1 more dose of antibiotic that I need to give him on Tuesday. So he's only had that big antibiotic for 24 hours now.
Yeah.
So the fact that we were able to keep
Still
his
ticking
temperature,
down. Yeah.
I mean, it was, last night it wasn't budging,
Yep.
but it did well this afternoon. Question?
Chris wants to know, what do you look for in daddy goats?
Stud muffins. So in August.
Just like your men.
Oh.
That was too easy.
Not to mention humble.
Wow, this is gonna go down the wrong road. Well, I'm looking
Hey,
for
we're at
big-
250
I
followers.
was
We're
gonna say
doing.
whoever can perform.
Yeah.
whoever gets the job
We
done.
actually had a daddy goat that almost couldn't perform. He was scared of the women.
That's
Right?
Giovanni.
Yeah, that's
It's
Giovanni.
because his first date was with Sadie.
Yeah.
Anybody's gonna be afraid of that.
That's true.
I mean,
Sadie can be a
okay,
little
can we
wacky.
get back to the question?
Yeah, daddy goat.
Okay, so to answer that question, I don't look for anything different out of a male than I do when I look at a female. So I'm looking for correct conformation, a nice level top line, a small slight slope in the rump. I'm looking for good legs. I'm looking for a wide escutcheon, which, okay, again, we're going to go too far.
A scutcheon.
Escutcheon, which is the space where the mammary system will eventually be. So the narrower it is,
Should I get
the
an animal?
smaller. I'll just attach a diagram next time.
So
might
just so
even
you
have
guys
it.
know, I'm gonna sidetrack for
Yes,
a second.
please do.
Once all these babies are gone, we actually had this conversation.
With anything.
We had no, it does. We had
Oh.
this conversation this morning.
Yeah.
Once all these babies are gone and the play with baby goat snuggle times are over, we plan on moving into the more how to milk a goat educational stuff. Kind of the conversation she's talking about now about top line and rump and escutcheon and all that stuff. That'll come. That'll also come later. Like more of that goat whisperer education instead of just cuteness. Right? Make sense?
Sure. Yeah.
But you can continue.
Okay.
It
I just
got-
don't want to bore our audience with
Yeah.
like, I like to see level hocks and not turned in and a wide rump,
Right.
and I like big butts and a
No,
oh,
yeah.
never mind.
This is
Next
not
question.
control.
Anyway, so
Yeah.
I look for all of
All the
that
same.
in my males and my females. So
Yep.
Alright, well Cheryl wants to
Moving
know how
right
many
along.
times a year do goats go into heat for breeding, and can they be pregnant twice a year?
no.
No, once a year.
So that's once a year. Okay, let's rephrase. Our breeds, so full-size dairy goats is what I can talk about. They only come into heat like deer, so in the fall, very late summer, through the fall into the very early winter months, and they'll come into heat every 18 to 21 days, 24 days, 18 to 21 days they come into heat, and we've always bred them at the first sign of heat. In the first signs of heat in October, because we want March babies every year. Once they come into heat, we breed them, and nobody's ever come back into heat after we've bred them. They're pretty fertile girls and boys.
Yep.
And so then that would answer the next question is no, they can only have one pregnancy a year, because from now until fall they won't come into heat.
Alright, well Dizzy wants to know, if Moo would have a girl, would you be tempted to keep her, even though she wouldn't be registered?
Wow.
Probably not.
Well, that is a hard question because Moo had a girl and we did want to keep her, and
Yeah.
that didn't work.
Nope.
That
didn't
was
work.
the
That
year
was
we
the-
realized that puppy Velcro collars
Yeah,
are
no
not
collars.
safe. No, it was a puppy Velcro collar.
Yeah, we had this conversation on a live chat before.
It was Moo's baby who ended up hanging herself in the hay feeder on a puppy Velcro collar.
A tearaway collar that's supposed to tear away, and it didn't. And unfortunately,
Velcro, like it.
And we
just,
so the answer is maybe, pretty much.
but probably not.
Probably.
I don't know, unless it comes out looking like Moo.
Right.
If it comes out looking like Moo, all bets are off, and we're keeping it.
More stuffed animals.
You got a big mood?
Oh my god! So when we had
Bubble
our
cake?
first cow,
Yeah.
remember when we had our first Holstein cow? I've never gotten this picture of our cow that is a Holstein cow looking like standing right next to Moo,
Oh,
who's
yeah.
like, "Oh my god, are you my father?"
Yeah.
My mom?
Yeah.
Yeah. I still
Yeah.
maybe we'll get a cow this year just so I can get that picture. Just kidding, I would never do that.
Oh, could you put a picture on the blog with the moms and their kids? Ooh, that'd be tough.
Oh,
to do.
that's really hard.
That'd
I mean,
be tough.
I'd
We were talking
love
about more photos
yeah.
today.
I'd love to, but like the logistical side of that is, I mean, that gives me, it makes my eyes twitch.
Yeah.
To be honest, trying to get one baby to stand still for one good picture takes me 100 snaps on this phone. Like, you guys see the cute little pictures on Facebook.
Yeah.
You know, I take like 50 pictures to get that one.
Yeah, that
one
one shot
money shot.
could take an hour.
Yeah,
Multiply
so now
that by 16 goats.
and that's one goat in that picture.
Right.
Now you have to put twins.
It sounds like a great thing to do,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
logistically,
Love
it's
it.
probably-
Love the
We're
idea.
gonna try to get a photo of every baby or the sets of babies, and get those up on our website. Somebody requested it. We've thought about it a couple times, like a canvas print where you can just order them. Like if your favorite goat's Moo, you can get a little 8x8 canvas print, or your favorite goat's Poppy or whatever. That's coming, but we still have to work on all that.
Right.
There was an interesting question here, which I hope the answer is no. But are you getting a Great Pyrenees dog to live out here?
No.
Thank God. I win. One less heartbeat.
I really wanted one, but
Yeah. But no, a second Great Dane's showing up soon. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
throw me under the bus.
Yeah.
No, I wanted one, but I'm
Yeah.
on too many Facebook pages of livestock guardian dogs, and
Sometimes it's
I
not
don't
pretty.
have the time to train the dog,
No.
and I would hate to bring in a dog and have something go wrong, and now one of the goats paid the price for, the time I did not have to,
All
ensure
right.
their safety.
There's somebody new in here called Blue Eyes, and I like her already.
Oh,
Yeah.
how do you know
Oh,
it's
she
a
likes
girl?
you.
She likes
Wait a
me.
second, how do you know
Because
it's
she
a girl?
said,
Oh.
that's a good
She's
point.
married to an Aaron.
That doesn't mean it's a girl, but you never know.
Of course.
Depending on how they spell it, A-A-R-O
Yeah,
is boy,
A-
E-R-I-N is
But
a
you
girl.
never know. They like my pants, and they're married to an Aaron. See? That's good.
Do I have to be worried?
No, not at all. Somebody asked you how long your hair was one day.
That
That was a girl.
someone wants to
Right.
zoom in of Liz.
Oh, zoom in on Liz. Hang on. I'll zoom
No,
in.
don't do it.
Yeah.
You're gonna be like this.
We already.
Oh, I've lost. Do you have another question ready?
Yeah, well, Cow Person said that a cow sold at one of the fairs in Toronto in 2012 for $1 million.
Holy jeez.
We're in the wrong business.
Wrong business.
$1 million?
Hey, billion! We have
Billy!
Billy. Yeah.
Carrie, you still owe me.
Yeah, that's true. We sold a goat for $1 billion. We just haven't even gotten a down payment yet.
We have.
Oh,
we
yeah.
have.
We did? We got
Yes.
the deposit?
Yes.
Okay, good.
It was like
So now it's
$25.
$9,990,000.
And she's working towards it, okay?
90,
Yep.
yeah,
It's
something.
installments of $25 for the rest of her life.
We got that.
Kristen wants to know, are the babies eating hay yet? A lot or just trying it?
Oh yeah, no, they nibble on that hay all day long. Some of them are taking bigger bites than others. Some of them, their rumens are already working. So yeah, they're definitely consuming hay, for sure. Julie N said, I watched an old episode about a year ago. Liz went to urgent care for a migraine. Are you
Yes.
still affected with them?
Ooh, that question came through YouTube on it. Could have been the same lady.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it came through YouTube on that video like a week ago.
Yes, this past kidding season actually was, last kidding season was the year of the flu, and then this past kidding season was the year of migraine.
Migraines and stomach bug.
Well, my stomach bug didn't start until after kidding season was done, but I had a migraine the entire kidding season. Yeah, and I had to ask you, be like, I don't feel quite right, and I have a headache, and this is my vision was blurry the whole week, and she's like, you have a migraine. I was like, it's not going, like, I wake up with it. Yep, migraine. I go to sleep with it. Yep, migraine. So yeah, unfortunately in my older age, I don't know what it is.
Older age?
Dude, I never had migraines. I
Stress
know.
level.
Yeah, that could be it.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a stress.
Not age related.
It's not
then.
age related.
My kids.
Yeah.
I didn't say it.
Now, when was the last time you...
Four-legged.
Okay, this will be funny. How many times have we talked to the vet in the last 30 days?
29.
29 times, right.
I don't know.
That's... Yeah.
Yeah.
The point here will be clear
I know.
when I'm done
I know
with
where
this
you're going
question.
with this.
How many times have you been to the doctor
It's easy for you to say.
in the last, let's say, year?
Year?
Yeah. Like what do we call
Not
that?
OBGYN.
Preventative maintenance doctor, not, oh shit, I gotta go to the doctor.
Oh, like a physical?
Yeah, like you went when you're not sick.
Well, I went for my finger. That was last week.
Yeah, but it was already broken.
It wasn't broken. It's not broken.
You're not getting what I'm
For
saying.
no condition.
I'm just
to
not
go.
going to answer.
Just to go.
I don't, okay? I
Okay,
don't.
thank you. Move on. There we go. Hence
Speaking
why
of-
we have migraines.
Jeanette wants to know, Liz, besides the goats, do you have another hobby?
Maybe I have migraines because of you.
Could be. I would agree.
Topic!
I would
I
agree.
wasn't done with the previous topic.
And the answer.
What was the question?
It's Saturday night. We got time.
I really didn't hear the question.
Besides the goats, do
Hobbies.
you have another hobby?
Is there time for another hobby?
So,
I mean,
I got-
hobby, like, we like going hiking and
Yep.
camping and, like, a lot of outdoor stuff.
You tried saltwater fish for a while.
I mean, I still have them,
Yeah.
but I don't have time to, like, grow that.
Right.
I love dogs,
Yeah. So
the
no,
therapy work.
they all have heartbeats.
My
All
hobbies,
her hobbies.
do mostly include heartbeats.
Yeah. I would agree.
I'll think about that
You
one
used
too.
to make blankets, but not.
Oh
all.
yes, I used to
You used
quilt.
to.
All my kids, not all of them, only the special ones, have
It was until you ran out of time. I think it's 3 out of the
If they're
4.
watching, they know who they
They
are
could be
now.
watching.
Actually, so no, they all have a blanket that I made.
They
for
do.
them.
You're right.
Okay, it's just one of them. I took the time to make a baby clothes quilt.
Oh yeah, old clothes
Old
turned it into a
clothes
quilt.
that, like,
that
he
one was
wore.
very cool.
Well, and I
That
have.
took a very long time.
Well, I have all the clothes for like Livy. I just haven't brought myself to start cutting into them.
Right.
There's sentimental value there, and I just can't bring myself to do it.
Sharon, I just want to shout you out. Thank you for pre-ordering your lotion. Thank you, thank you. And welcome. I think somebody just said you're new. Angie, you got another one?
Cowgirl wants to know if you've looked over the pictures from the open house that people have posted.
So I have.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, not a lot of people tagged them with what I would say our hashtag, right? You can't own a hashtag, but Simon Says Farms. So there are a couple on Instagram, 1 or 2 on Twitter, I think. You saw a few on Facebook.
I'm trying to realize.
But yeah,
I don't have a brace on my knee.
No, you don't.
No.
No.
Somebody was asking why do I have a brace on my knee. I don't.
No.
My knee's
Because of the
fine.
pattern on your.
Oh, it's just my blanket.
No.
On the
On
yoga
your-
pants.
Yoga pants.
Oh,
has a
there's like a
brace.
met. No.
Yeah, like
no.
Not
this.
on this one, but.
Oh,
on
your
the
other
pairs.
one, the white one, the one that shows
Oh, the white
part
and
of
pink
the, yeah.
one? No, I don't wear. No, that's just yeah.
Yeah.
No, I
Yeah.
don't.
No brace.
No, I mean I do have a bad knee and a good knee, but I haven't had to. No brace it. I haven't had a brace on this whole.
Yeah. No.
Now tomorrow I'll go do something and.
But the answer to that picture question, we have looked through. I mean, there's a couple here and there, but not as many as I thought there would be with 2,000 people here taking goat selfies. You know. Yeah, next year we do have to, if we do anything like that, or even just these smaller 25 people, we have to hang a sign in here like, tag your photo with this hashtag.
Yep.
That way we can
You can
find
find
them
them.
later, you know.
Well, on Facebook is hard to
Yeah,
do tagging.
that's
but
okay. We can still.
If they go onto the event and post their pictures there,
Yeah.
that's kind of why I put some pictures that I took today during those events on the event pages, so that in the comment section to some of those events, people did add their own pictures, which was cool to see.
Oh yes, definitely be careful when slicing habaneros and then having to go to the bathroom
Yeah,
afterward.
no,
That's
okay.
just
Good tip.
That's
That
for
was a
the-
good tip.
Yeah, yeah. That was a very good tip, and we will get close ups or bring out a baby goat towards the end of all
course.
this.
We'll show you Jack
Yeah.
too.
I wonder if goat milk is better for cooling down the heat.
That's a good question. I don't know. It's got higher
Have to
butter
try
fat,
it.
so I don't
Probably
know.
just the same as.
Yeah, I don't know why milk cools down the heat on something spicy.
I
the
think
whole
it's
reason
like
is?
the cream or something.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Mrs. Hamburger wants to know what Sadie did to Giovanni. Missed that.
That's
Oh,
a funny story.
that is.
All right, sit back, get a drink. Oh, by the way,
The drink.
who's drinking the drink?
Oh yeah,
Like
the
our
drink of the
weekly
night.
drink. Our drink of the night was called the Skinny Mini. Why are we like an hour into this and we're just talking about the drink of
I
the
don't
week?
know, but I'm done.
Anyway, tell me how you liked it. I posted the
Recipe?
recipe for the mods to share. They did a great
Yeah,
job sharing it.
awesome.
It's called the Skinny Mini. It's got
Somebody
like,
said they had Diet Coke, but that's cool
okay,
too.
that's cool too. But let me know how you like it. We did a modified version because, well, I mean, we got a little
We didn't
busy.
go to the store.
I go to the store, so
We're
I
like,
used what
look-
I had.
Look at this drink that we're gonna do, but not go shopping for. Ooh.
Really though, there's a couple modifications, but It's essentially
The same thing.
the same thing.
Yeah.
Anyway, so tell us how you like the drink if you're drinking it, or if you're not drinking it, tell us what you are drinking, and cheers. So okay, what happened to Giovanni his first time? So Sadie came into heat first that year, and it was Giovanni's very first year ever being a stud. So he was maybe 8 months old.
Yeah.
And so we put Sadie, who was 18 months old, so a year older, and she, as we all know, is sort of bratty, and by sort of, I mean a lot. So we put her into his pen, and she wailed on him. Like, gave him, 3 big headbutts?
Oh, yeah.
And he was like, what the fuck? Who's this?
I think he jumped on his house.
Well, he bred her. He bred her, and then she turned around and was like, "Son of a, I hate you."
Yeah, it was
And
not
that-
pretty sight.
And it all happened really fast. But he then jumped on top of his calf hutch and didn't come down.
Yeah.
And that was the end of that. And Sadie got pregnant that time.
Yeah.
Thankfully.
Fortunately, we weren't vlogging back then. We would have a video of it.
We should have.
No, yeah.
But so then a couple days later, Lucy came into heat, and I put Lucy into his pen, and he was like, "Oh hell no, I'm not doing this again."
And he
and
ran
he
away.
jumped on top of his calf hutch and was like, "Nope, you gotta help yourself."
Yeah.
And that's the year we had to breed Lucy to our Toggenburg buck, and
I
had
remember
the
that.
cutest,
We did.
like,
Don't talk about.
Togs.
So you
I don't even know.
have Toggenburg ears are long, and you have the La Mancha ears that are really short. These ones had like half ears.
It was
They
Tog
did.
Manchas.
Yeah,
Yeah, they had little like elf ears that.
they were funny.
Oh, they were so cute.
They were funny.
But they were Tog colored.
Yeah.
So they were the brown with the white markings with the little like half. Oh, they were so cute.
So the platform question. The platform's just outside.
Yeah.
Because we have another goat snuggle event tomorrow in here, so we need the room. So we didn't bring it in and out today, but it'll come back in tomorrow
Yeah.
after that class.
Yep.
So you'll get
Oh
your.
my gosh, somebody's having a buttery nipple.
Oh,
yes,
nice.
I love those.
Those are good. That could
I
be
love
next
those.
week's drink.
That's a shot
Those are
though.
shots.
Okay,
I'm
never mind.
I'm impressed though that
No,
she
you could-
made a drink out of it.
You could. Yeah.
I will drink
Or
that.
she just made a really big shot out of it.
Exactly. Put it
And
over
put it-
ice
yeah,
and
exactly.
sip it on it. Yes, there is a difference between a service dog and a therapy dog. Hazel's not a service dog. She is a therapy dog. She has passed her CGC test, which is the Canine Good Citizenship test, which gets her into most places, but sometimes they need an advanced certification from a therapy dog association, which she was not old enough to do when we were doing her training, and now she is old enough, but she needs to go back to training before she will pass that test.
Okay, where did Auntie Bird come from? The one in the chat, like, how long have you known her for?
She's been in for a while.
We might have to kick her out soon if she keeps coming up with ideas like having a house of pie, live in the real house. Cause you can
Oh, that's what they said.
You can
Just
potty
put a
train.
diaper on it.
Yeah, no, not
I
happening.
actually had Jack in my bed.
We did
last
have Jack
night.
in the bed last night. If
He
you
was
guys-
laying with me.
If
and
you guys were here when I was out here at 2 or 3 in the morning, I brought him inside for some.
Wait, that was
go-
2 or 3 in the morning?
No, I think
No,
3.
that was midnight.
That was midnight. 3 in the morning is when I was sleeping in the pen with him. Yeah. So,
I fell asleep with Jack on my lap and then like on my
Yeah.
stomach with ice packs around him trying to
And
get
then
his
I took him
temperature
back
down.
out here, and I stayed out here. Yeah. So it was somewhere around there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's only been 2 goats ever allowed in the house.
Yeah. Jack.
Jack was now one of them.
Yeah.
So I love it.
Just kidding, Auntie. You're staying. I'm not getting
Auntie's
rid of you.
awesome. Don't go
Yeah.
anywhere. Cranberry juice with vodka. Hard apple cider. I do love that. A whole glass of buttery nipples. It's the. She's like, it's a whole glass. I'm not just sitting there doing shots.
Yeah.
Although I mean, I mad street credit for.
Why is pie the special one?
What do you mean?
Why is pie the
Special
special
case.
goat?
Why are you
What is it? Yeah.
So what is it about pie?
Yeah.
Personality.
Or is it because our 4-year-old daughter's like in love with
And
that goat?
obsessed with him. I
Yeah.
think we're all obsessed with him.
Okay.
I think it's the community. I think it's all. I mean, yeah. when you hear your four-year-old going, Pie, come here, come play with me, come down the slide, and she carries him like a rag doll, there's something in your like motherly heart that you just can't. Yeah, and then how he greets me every day, and how Tyler said like that's his favorite goat. It's kind of it just when it clicks, and
yeah. Whoa, it's 1 a.m. in the UK and we still got people in here. Yeah.
Die hard. Somebody did ask, when do you find time to sleep? He has the gene where he doesn't need that. You know the study that's been done about
geniuses? No. Sorry, that was
humble too.
no, I'm just kidding. Keep going.
The gene that people
definitely not.
Some people have the gene where they just don't need as much sleep. They can get by with 4 or 5 hours of sleep and like be totally functional.
Oh, 5 is a great night.
I'd be dead.
Yeah.
Dead. It would no amount of coffee could save me.
It's actually, you know what? So, if you think about it, I could be sleeping by 10 and up by 5. That's actually 7 hours of sleep. It's just between 5 and 10, it's nonstop. That's the difference. When 5 a.m. starts, I'm out of bed and ready and shoes on or whatever by 5:15, and it's nonstop right up to 9:59 until the head hits the pillow at 10. That's the difference. So there's still 7 hours sometimes. So I do get my sleep. I just never stop moving.
I need way more than that.
Yeah, you do. You're like 12.
See how he throws me on the
seriously
12 hours
okay,
of sleep.
If you could go to bed at 8 o'clock at night, would you?
Yes.
What time would you wake up in the morning?
Whenever I feel good.
8 o'clock in the morning.
That doesn't mean I do it. It just means that I would if I could, but I can't, so I won't. Okay?
Okay, 10 hours. 10
I
again?
do like a solid 8 to 9 hours of sleep, okay? Okay?
Okay,
I get cranky if... Poke the bear. You're about to be in trouble. I'm gonna be sleepy. You're gonna sleep out here. Do you have photos of the Tag La Mancha babies? I do.
You know we do somewhere.
I do. They're so cute.
We can put that on Facebook somewhere.
Yeah, I'll do a throwback Thursday.
There we go.
Yeah. I had 2 mixed drinks now. Ooh,
Nice.
Candy, what'd you have? Tell me what the 2.
Yeah.
The 2 are.
High and Thunder. Have you tried making Swanky Marys? Yes. There are a couple people that make Bloody Marys with our Swanky sauce. It does happen. We actually just talked about that yesterday, I think it was. Yep. There might even be a picture on Instagram somewhere.
Ooh, Smirnoff Ice Grape. That's one of my favorite flavors. I haven't had one of those. Oh, your dad calls them grapies.
Oh yeah, Smirnoff Ice Grapies.
The grapies,
yeah.
remember?
Yep. I haven't had one of those in forever. Yeah.
Yep. I can hear somebody's rooming.
Somebody over there, their belly's going. Yeah. All right, I'm gonna go grab a baby goat while you keep looking.
Cow person wants to know, would you get a donkey to protect the goats?
No.
I've thought about it. One of our customers has a donkey and a miniature donkey.
Oh yeah?
Donkeys are
Yeah. Yeah, she says they're both rescues and they're like so sweet. I think one of them was even a therapy donkey.
cool. Oh, wow.
Yeah, he's or she.
Billy wants to know, how old can goats live?
Solid 15 years with great medical care, even longer. Honey, he's fine. Let me have Jack.
You got all that?
Jack. You're gonna sit on my new blanket.
Oh, no.
He's
He's fine.
Oh, he's fine.
He's fine.
She doesn't believe you.
Yeah, she's like, I don't believe him.
I can see him, but I can't smell him. How you doing? You a good boy? You a good boy?
You want to like take Jack's temperature live on TV?
You guys want a walkthrough on how we take his temperature?
See how he's
Probably
doing?
not. I don't know that they really want to see that.
No. All right, who else wants to come out?
He's fine, Jenny. You did this to me yesterday, and I couldn't even see him for like an hour.
14 minutes.
Yeah. You're a good boy. Your mama is obsessed with you. Yes, she is. She loves you so much. Yeah, she loves you. Look at your pitiful little haircut.
Kate wants to know, if you don't dry up the milk in the doughs, how long will they keep producing milk?
They could go a very long
So
time.
we went to a show, and that dough was 11 years old, and she was in milk. She had been in milk for 2 years, 2 solid years. So as long as you keep milking and keep up with it, which is a lot of work, like that's dedication. Because now you're milking through the winter in New England, and that's not fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, your hands will be frozen.
Okay, buddy.
Hi, pie.
This is pie.
Yes.
I didn't know.
What?
I knew it was close.
How
It's either
did you-
pie or thunder. I didn't look.
They're not even similar.
Oh my goodness. Yes, they are.
Yeah.
Okay, Mom.
Good girl. You notice how Charlotte's like, yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
She probably has 4 kids nursing on her. She did. She'd had 4 babies
Pie, look,
nursing
that's
on
you.
her earlier.
You see that pie? That's you, right there. Right there.
Hey, Jack.
Yep.
Pie
All
Pie's
right.
mad that he's not with me.
Oh, look at
Oh
oh,
my
no.
goodness.
They want to know if Jen can come out while you're holding her baby.
There's actually too many wires.
Yeah. We'll bring you over to Jen once we bring Jack back. That's what we'll do. Yeah.
Oh,
She's getting loud.
no.
All right.
Okay,
All
here.
right. Hang on.
Here, we'll trade.
Oh, we're going to trade? But this one's huge.
Just
I
put
mean,
him on my
look at
lap.
the size of this one.
Just put him on my lap.
All right. I got him.
I got him.
You got pie? All right. I'm taking these guys. We're done with questions? We're good?
Oh, there's more questions.
Oh, there are more. Keep going.
Can you use an ear temperature to check the temperature of the goat?
Huh? Ears? No, rectal temperature is the most accurate way for taking a goat's temperature.
Do both male and females get horns?
Yes. And not all males and females get beards. That's a genetic thing. It's kind of a common question. Are you hungry? Oh, are you hungry? Okay. Suck on my finger.
No, I went the wrong way. There we go.
Alright, now you're caught up.
Now we're
Oh,
caught
now
up.
we're caught
Now
up.
you're caught
There's
up.
two
Now we're
questions.
caught up. There
I
were
thought
2
I was
questions
still
left.
scrolling.
Oh.
Yep.
You took a boy.
2 questions left.
Did we have any other announcements?
Announcement wise. Ooh, jeez. Yeah, that he's getting big. That's an announcement. Ooh, come with
he
me.
is getting
Oh
big.
my gosh. No, I think we got them all. I think we did. What are we doing next week about Q&A? We keeping it on? We have to look at the schedule. How about that? Are we keeping it on Saturday, Thursday? We should ask them.
Yeah, actually, I guess.
Do we go back to Thursday or do we leave it on Saturday? I mean, I don't want to take up everybody's Saturday night, but
Hi, we're
all right, come on.
We're
like
so
like,
busy
we're all-
right here.
so
Like we're
right.
party animals. I gotta go to the club now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can still do after Goat Talk.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, so hit us up.
fire up the chat. Thursday, Saturday.
What's your opinion
I know
on,
we've asked it before, but let's
Well,
ask
now
it
it's
again.
narrowed down to, do you want a chat on Thursday before the weekend activity, or do you want to chat on Saturday where we've done like a goat snuggle or a yoga class
Yeah.
or something?
You're doing a lot of Saturdays.
Dude,
We're doing a
both.
lot of Saturdays.
What?
Yeah.
Everybody's saying Saturday.
And you know what? I think Saturday's better too, because real work does. Hopefully, the boss isn't watching. Get in the way. You know, sometimes midweek it's just really challenging
So
to
they
fit
love
that in.
Saturdays.
I'm fine with Saturdays. We might even do, and I said it once before. I don't know if UK's still listening. We might do like a 2 p.m. Q&A one day, like
For
a
like
lunchtime for us, lunchtime, but better time for them, so
they're
they
not-
don't have to stay
At
up
like
till 1
1
a.m.
o'clock.
And then that way you
Yeah.
still have your Saturday night. I mean, it might be Like, we'll watch the weather if it's raining. Oh, but that wouldn't work. It's not raining in the whole world.
No.
Yeah.
But it's raining here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
It's England. It's always raining.
That's a good point. Yeah.
Jennifer S. asked, how do you make sure the kids go to good homes, and have you ever turned someone down?
Oh, yes. She's turned a lot of people down.
Yeah.
Yep. She actually turned somebody down this year. Pretty much.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
So there's, when you do this for a while, you ask just very simple questions and you have a conversation with somebody,
Yeah.
and you can tell.
That they weren't 100% honest with what they told you. Because they'll start asking you questions, and you'll be like, wait a second. You want to buy 3 of my goats, and you're still asking that question?
Yeah.
But yet you told me you
well, it's
have
not
this.
just that. It's.
Yeah.
I mean, last year I turned somebody down. You just get that gut instinct, like, yeah, this isn't gonna be a good fit. Like, if you want a goat, that's great. You're just not gonna get one of mine. You give me a hard time about it sometimes. Like, dude, you have somebody who wants to buy a goat, just let them buy a goat. And I'm like, that's not how this works. I have to sleep at night. And if I don't think they're gonna go to a stable home, like, yeah, you might want to go now, but you can kind of see the writing on the wall as far as, like, So yes, I have turned people down, and there's a conversation that needs to happen, and it has to go correct. It has to go right in order for me in here. It has to go right. So.
Sunday 6 a.m. She's not getting out of bed at 6 a.m.
Somebody was being smart, weren't they?
Nona.
All right, where's my de-wrencher?
My de-wrencher.
Not in Moderators. Sunday 6 a.m.
I'll be here. I'll do it. Sunday 6 a.m. with coffee.
Lots of coffee.
Yeah.
An IV bag.
Oh, somebody just ordered something. Whoever that was, thank you.
Does Pie have waddles? No.
No.
Pie does not have waddles. None of our Alpines have waddles, which is kind of disappointing.
Yeah.
I am a waddles fan.
Do you ever have a hard time getting rid of goats? It sometimes starts off slow, but...
Yeah, it starts off slow only because I don't really like advertising that I have goats for sale before they hit the ground. Some people will say they'll take reservations for goats figuring that the mom is going to have one boy, one girl. And be like, okay, I'm going to reserve a doe out of you and a buck out of you. And then what if you don't get that?
Oh, so Mr. Hamburger just said that they're 6+ hours. So if we're at lunchtime, it's like 6, 7 o'clock for them. That's actually perfect. So we'll have to try that. A Saturday lunchtime one. Yep. Yeah, somebody said lunch with L&A or something like that.
Why is Uno so small even though he is one of the oldest? We gotta remember Uno was born at like 4.5 pounds.
Yeah.
But he's actually quite beefy. He's a big
boy. Uno's
boy.
a good size now.
He might not be like a big boy, like tall and long, but he's like a linebacker. He's dense. There's a lot to Uno. And that just comes down to genetics. So if you're comparing an Alpine or a Tog to a La Mancha, La Manchas are historically just smaller.
Cow person's 4-year-old buck is laying on her bed right now.
See?
Oh my goodness.
So I'm just going to remind him of all these stories that we hear when he looks at me like, seriously?
If you want to send a screenshot, you could probably send it to, they could
on
click
the farm page.
Facebook. You got to jump over to Facebook and send it to the farm page.
Unfortunately, we can't do that.
Facebook, YouTube's not designed that way.
Yeah.
I could send you guys pictures, but you can't send them to me.
Debbie, I think we've answered this question in previous live chats of how long will the live cam be up, and that's going to be...
Yeah, a long time.
I wouldn't worry about the live cam coming down.
What will happen, and we actually just talked about this with good friends, actually some of the people behind the camera just yesterday. Once we get into milking season, and we're in here for 2 hours twice a day, 2 hours in the morning to milk, another 2 hours at night to milk. It's very hard to go 2 hours with no music on or anything. So you guys will be here, but you might get muted a lot. So, and we talk about everything from our crazy kids to work life to whatever. And, we need our privacy here and there. So you'll be here, but I might actually mount you guys somewhere where you can watch the milking happen and all that. But
We might just turn
the
the
mute
audio-
button will be used a
yeah.
lot this summer.
Yeah.
For that part,
But
and there'll
you'll
be
still-
no babies around, so why sit in that back corner?
We'll still be here though.
Yeah, but we're gonna keep it up, and the bubble cam will probably stay on as long as it doesn't get melted in the summer heat. We're still worried about that logistic, but yeah, it'll be here for a long time.
Yeah. Do you do a home visit to buyers' homes? No. I don't go to visit your home.
No.
But a lot of times the buyers that we have will send pictures of what they have and be like, will this work?
Yeah, they'll ask us questions.
What about this? So that's kind of one of those things, like I look for, you know, two buyers that we have this year. One of them's brand new and she's got all the right questions that she's asking and going through.
And that brand new buyer, this is how you know it's the right buyer. They've already dedicated to come here every week for the next 8 weeks
To bond with
their goat, right?
Or
like,
goats.
Or
whatever they
goats,
decide,
whatever.
yeah.
So that shows you that this person's dedicated. And every week,
And it's a 45-minute drive.
they're
One way.
driving an hour, they're here an hour, and they're driving home, and they're getting a personal one-on-one Q&A, basically,
Right.
because they're buying goats.
But that's what we give to all of our buyers, whether
Right.
you're getting 1 goat, 5 goats, whatever. It's lifetime breeder support. So I got clients that are now coming back for their second round of goats, and
3-4 years later from the first
3
round.
years later, and they, you know, I talk to them several times a year. You know, if there's something that comes up, they use the same vet as us. So it's, they really do become part of the family.
Is goat lotion good on sensitive skin?
Everything I've heard back from customers is yes. They don't have reactions. One customer in particular said that she had like wicked dry skin but has very sensitive skin and was able to use the lotion with no problems, and it kept her skin soft. So
You heard that?
so this is actually a big topic of, have you started hatching eggs this year?
Oh, I saw that one go by. I forgot to bring that up.
So we're not really doing anything with chickens this year.
Well, we're collecting a lot of eggs, which I will
But we're
start.
not hatching and we're
Yeah.
not breeding them.
We're
I'm
actually
not selling
gonna.
chicks. I'm not selling hatching eggs.
Yeah, we're actually redoing the chicken coop in a way to set it up for a different. Basic. Oh my goodness.
Wow.
Getting late. I might be tired. Yeah.
I
Ooh,
think so.
let's see. I've slept how many hours in the last 48?
no.
Like 4?
Blame it on the alcohol.
Yeah. I could blame it on
There you
that.
go.
There's a song that says that.
Yes.
That's what I was
Yeah.
But we're redesign. Right now we have 4 different chicken coops, which means 4 different feeders, 4 different waterers, 4 different breeds, all that. It's a big pain. So it's not really the focus right now. So we're about to go down to like 2 coops to make it easier. 2 waterers, 2 feeders. We're not adding any more chickens. Obviously, as they get older, they're dying off. We're down to 90, I think, birds. We were at like close to 200 at one point.
No, I think I don't know.
We maxed out at like 180 or something like that.
Yeah.
So we were up there when we're down to 90.
just-
So
So one
Yeah.
of the things that I like to keep in mind is, like, you can't do everything great.
no,
I don't want to be known for doing a lot of things just mediocre.
you mean like a Swiss Army knife?
Yeah, I don't want to do that. I want to focus on like the goats and the rabbits and do an awesome job and do the breeding the right way, instead of, you know, the chickens take a lot of time, and that's time out of the barn for, you know, the goats and the rabbits and their care. So
I think somebody's trying to get you to ship a goat because they like you.
they want me to ship
I think they literally said, I'd buy off you, but postage would be crazy. Yeah,
well, there's airfare for that.
yeah.
Yeah, you have to fly them at that point.
And I don't take any goats in my suitcase.
Yeah, no,
Yes,
goats
no.
in suitcase probably wouldn't work.
First class only.
Exactly.
Yes.
If I don't go first class, neither does the goat.
Look, Sadie's like,
So I'll go to
Hey,
Italy.
Sadie.
Sadie.
Hey, Sadie.
she just got a
Oh,
drink.
she totally got a drink. She's all
Totally
wet.
just got a drink.
Look at her. That's funny. Dirt bikes on the road.
Dirt bikes.
Yeah, we live in the woods. Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
So lots of kids have huge, amazing personalities this year. Pie, Jack, Billy, Bear, for example. Do you have such amazing babies every year, or was this just a good year? Obviously, all the moms are amazing. Every year we have awesome kids, I think.
Yeah.
The guys behind us can tell us.
Yeah.
They're always this friendly, this personable. There's always a few that stand out more than others, but they're always like this. So, yeah.
See, that's what I can do with this.
Oh my
Oh
gosh.
my God, Sadie.
Oh my
No, look at the live part.
I
She
know.
knows right where the camera is.
She's like, I'll just pose.
Oh.
Oh my God, Sadie. You're amazing.
One of these days, I said it. We should do the Q&A in there, but we'd be attacked. You should have saw goat yoga this morning. It was
Okay.
hilarious.
If some of those people didn't pee their pants,
Oh,
I
it
would
was-
be
I think the
shocked. I'm for
instructor
real.
almost peed her pants. I mean, it was that hilarious. It was pretty funny.
Yeah.
Note to self though: no yoga poses while laying on your back.
No.
One
We had a
goat
lot of goats jumping on people's faces.
jumped right on somebody's face. So they're like, nope, we
Yeah, we're gonna have to change the
that pose. Yeah.
Yeah, well, that's not really up to us, but
Yeah.
we're gonna gently suggest to the yoga teacher
Lay on
no
your belly.
positions of laying on your
Yeah,
back.
we need to keep these people safe. Yeah, but that was hilarious. Yeah, I saw something about a recipe for the drink again. Oh, they posted it. Brenda's awesome. She's
Oh.
on it.
Brenda,
Yeah.
yep.
Yeah.
Is Uno deaf?
Yeah,
Possibly.
possibly in the middle of the night when her mom's yelling at her.
Okay, I'm sorry. But
Yelling at him.
Greta doesn't help matters
No.
by standing on top of the platform and screaming for him, and he's under the platform like, I can hear you, and you
But I
sound
can't
close,
see you.
but I can't see you.
Yeah.
I mean, they're both a little not running on all cylinders,
Yeah.
if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
They're both special.
Does the floor start to smell in here?
Well, no.
No. It smells like a barn.
It
I mean,
smells
to
like a
us, we
barn.
don't smell it.
It's not
That's
like...
not hay.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, it doesn't. But on muck out day, it does.
Oh God, on muck out day, it's gross.
Yeah, on muck out day, yes, it definitely smells. But when you're in here, it doesn't smell. It doesn't smell at all. To me.
Yeah.
We still have 250 people in here.
I know.
If
And
you guys still have questions, I'm
We're
here.
good.
I still have a drink.
like
so
we said, it's the weekend.
it's the weekend. I have nothing to do. Well,
Yeah.
actually, we have some
I
more
can actually
snuggles
turn my
tomorrow.
alarm off for tomorrow.
We
No
do
one
have
wants-
I could
snuggles
sleep
tomorrow.
in till like 6.
Someone wants to know if Pi can stay with Mom for a while once he's been weathered.
Yeah. Oh yeah. He could.
So the issue with that, we've talked
oh,
about
we just
this.
talked about this.
Yes. Last year he could have stayed with her full time because we weren't doing a ton in lotion sales.
Right. This is true.
I kind of need her milk, and I don't
She's
know
the
what.
best,
Well, I
yeah.
don't know what Rainey will produce. I don't know what Danica will do this year, but Charlotte is historically the best milker in the barn, so I need her milk. Like
Yeah.
she's a gallon a day type of girl, and
Yeah.
a gallon a day can.
We can make a lot of
Make a lot of
lotion, on
lotion.
a gallon. So.
So I need him to go live in House of Pie. House of Pie needs to show up.
Yeah.
I know he cringes every time I say that, but it's got to happen.
Yep.
So that's going to be that.
Yep.
But yeah, he'll probably stay with Charlotte a little longer than the ones who will go home at 3 months. Who promised? Whoa, excuse me. Did you see any other questions, ENG?
Oh, Thunder had a bloodied head this last week. Why?
Oh yeah, I wanted to go over that because a lot of the goats are either going to start doing this or have already. They've all been disbudded. That happened at about a week to 2 weeks old, and now it's like having a scab, and they're gonna scratch them off, or they're gonna get knocked off by playtime behaviors, and yeah, underneath it's gonna be a little
Yeah, a little.
red, but the blood is not going to be pouring down their face. They're not in pain. It's a natural healing process.
You don't need text messages that the goat's little scab fell off. Yeah, they'll be good.
No, they're fine.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's a normal process for disbudding the babies. Can you please tell us, if you want, which babies you're keeping. Well, right now the only one I can absolutely commit to and tell you guys about is Pie, because I'm still looking at some tog options, and I want to wait until they're, as mature as possible to make that.
So the House of Pie, some people have come in late.
Oh, okay.
And don't know. To make it real simple, this barn holds these goats, but in order to keep a weathered male, we need another barn to put him in, and that goat's name is Pie, so we need a house for Pie. So we need to build another barn across the driveway in a paddock we already have built. We actually have a makeshift.
It's meant for a cow.
It's meant for a cow. We built it out of free pallets and old wood.
Leftover garden.
Yeah. So we basically need a building to go over there. So that is what the House of Pie is that we're trying to figure out how to pull off.
Right.
Yep.
And we have the design, and we've talked to 2 places, and I don't know, you said you're going to talk to them again.
Yep.
To kind of see what's
and
going on.
possibly look for a third, but
I have done the research.
I know it just
that place
makes me feel good when I get 3 quotes and know that one's still the best. That's it. Yep. How do we neuter male goats? There's 2 different ways. You can band them, big elastic band, and just wait until it shrivels like a grape and falls off.
Oh my god! And one of them ate it once.
Yes, that's gross.
Or the dog will go and eat it. And
you can wait a little longer and bring in the vet and do the surgery.
Yeah.
Which is better, but
it's only better because you can wait longer, and there's benefits to waiting as long as possible to neuter
correct.
A male goat. And that comes down to the crystals, that if they were to develop crystals, the urethra is larger, the longer you can wait to neuter them, and then the crystals can pass easier. That's
Blue Eyes here has figured out my conundrum. So you build this barn, you can't build it for just 1 goat.
No.
So now she wants to keep more. Is basically what happens.
I've always wait. Wait a second. You make it sound
I think
like
I
you're
poked the bear.
surprised.
Yeah.
When I said I was keeping Pie, that always went with I will also be keeping another one.
Yeah.
Because I can't keep a male. I can't keep a goat over there by himself.
Exactly, that was the question.
Yeah, that was the exact question.
That was the question. Well, wait a second. You're gonna build a house just for Pie, and the answer is no.
Look, I mean.
But we also do have goats like who has Danica, right? Who's gonna retire and possibly move over there.
Yeah, there you go.
See, the thing is she's the queen, so I can't take
So
the queen away from her.
away. Yeah.
Like if it was somebody, if I was retiring somebody lower on the hierarchy, you can go live with.
So Danica will probably retire over here.
Danica's always gonna, as long as she's reigning.
Yeah, no reason to mess that up.
I'm not gonna mess that up. She's a good queen.
Right.
And if I take her away, who becomes queen after that?
Moo! Yeah, now it becomes like a frat house in
do
here.
That.
Yeah.
Could you imagine Moo? No.
That's when the inmates take over the asylum.
Mass
we put Moo in
chaos.
We put Moo in charge.
I've lost all control.
Yeah.
No, that would be horrible.
You're right. You're right. They basically just told me, Aaron, you should just give up. And I was like, how do you think we got to this
Just
point?
go to bed.
I've
Good
pretty
night.
much already given up.
So I have some ideas. I can't say anything.
Can Pie be a therapy goat?
Yeah, I mean, he actually could be.
He could be, yeah.
I don't know, like, do you have to go to therapy school for that? Like Hazel has to go to therapy school.
Some type of like qualification.
I think you would have to go to therapy.
Yes, agreed.
But I'm already a therapy handler, so like I know how.
Yes, shout out to the red pajamas. Sorry, I'm just done with this whole pie thing. We already know it's gonna happen. I just haven't figured out how to make it happen. So red pajamas.
And then who's gonna stay with Pie?
Yes.
I mean, I know who I want to.
I think the best
Pie.
part still is you told me 5 minutes before we went live, you need to not look like you're homeless.
And then you dressed into that.
So I went inside and changed and came out in this.
And that's the improvement.
Yes.
Just saw what I was
Because you
wearing
should have
earlier.
seen what he went to Tractor Supply in. It was ugly.
Yes.
Yes, but he was going to
Well,
Tractor Supply.
it's Tractor Supply. You fit right
No,
in.
I'm sorry. That
You
was
go-
a Walmart outfit, okay?
Oh.
That was
Tractor-
not Tractor Supply. Tractor Supply, you can get away with wearing your muck boots and like, you know,
Overall.
So you mean Walmart you could crawl out from under a rock and go to?
Yeah.
that's what you look like.
Pretty
Have you
much.
not seen people?
Oh yeah, there's a whole webpage.
They call them Walmartians.
Yeah. Oh, we've gotten so sidetracked, but there's 244 people still here, so.
Yeah, there's a lot more
Then they
questions.
don't-
Oh, more questions. Angie, put us back on track here.
Trying.
Go for it. What do you got?
Cowgirl wants to know how many bales is it to replenish after cleaning out the deep litter?
Oh my gosh. No, we don't. Once we clean it out, what do you, 2, 3, 4 full bales?
Alright, so we'll muck it all out. The girls and the babies will stay outside for the day, so it just lets the ground, the earth dry out as much as we can. Put some fans on it, put some lime down, and then when the girls come back inside, we'll probably sprinkle 3, maybe 4 bales of hay, and then we just let the hay build up like it does.
Like it does over time. It only
Over
gets
time.
cleaned out like twice a year.
Yeah, this takes, I mean, this was mucked out in like August or September of last year.
Yeah, the challenge we're going to have is this big section that you guys know gets cleaned out with the tractor. It still takes forever. It's still not an easy job because you are getting on and off the tractor constantly. It's not fun.
It's still,
But
it's all day.
this section, the new expansion we did where we took out all the walls, and now that has to be done by hand.
No, I think you'll be able to, because you'll be able to go in, turn,
Correct.
do it like a 100-point K turn, and then be able to back in and just scoop it
The
out.
tractor
scoop it
will
out,
not
scoop
fit
it out.
through that door.
No, but you'll be able to scoop it out.
So,
What you
yes,
do-
you're right. Okay, humans scoop it out, put it in the tractor, and then go out?
No, your bucket will be there, and you'll be able to scoop out the
Pull some out.
pull some
Not
You
out.
mean
all of
the
it,
you mean the
but-
backhoe
The
part?
backhoe.
Reach in, grab it.
Yes.
Yeah, I only reach in 6-7 feet. So yeah,
See,
From-
what you need
but yeah,
is a garden tractor.
right. I need something real
the
little.
The smaller garden tractor,
Yeah.
the old school. You can
It's a
get
good
John,
idea.
You can get a John Deere. And
Do
you
you
can get a
have
little
one?
Bucket. Well, I have one that I'm working.
Nope.
There we go. Not yet.
Doesn't have an engine.
You want to talk about the
It doesn't have an
greenhouse?
engine.
Let's
Yeah.
talk about
I
your
know.
lawn tractor.
We'll have
Greenhouse.
that lawn tractor as long as you've been doing your greenhouse.
Exactly.
Nice. So greenhouse
I'm telling
and lawn
you,
tractors.
we're like, yeah.
All right. So
Yeah.
yeah, that'll be exciting. Swanky
Yeah.
sauce swag. Yes, there's swanky sauce and swag at that link right there.
Do goats need their feet manicured, and if so, how often?
Ooh, I
Yes.
just did a couple.
We're actually doing them like 1 a day at this point, two a day to get through
1 a
everybody.
day.
Yeah, you're supposed to do them like once every 8 weeks or so, depending. And they were overdue because I didn't want to stress them out right before kidding season. So we have been doing. I have not been. You have, because it's very hard on my back and I have back problems.
A bobcat would be perfect.
Mm-hmm.
By the way,
Okay.
Dizzy is correct, but the tractor could do. Yeah,
It could.
the bobcat would be pretty cool
Yeah, 'cause you can get all kinds.
because
of packages.
bobcats would fit right through
Hey,
here.
who's your favorite baby goat?
Baby goat favorite? Okay, I won't say that. I'll have 200.
No, you need
246 people hate me.
to. You
So I'm not saying that.
said Charlotte was your favorite goat.
Dude,
Charlotte-
without missing a beat. Like that. No
Yeah.
hesitation.
Yeah,
You
no
just said
hesitation.
it.
Who is it?
No, I didn't have one.
Oh.
Favorite
Who
baby.
is your favorite baby goat?
That's
He's a horrible dad.
That's a
You don't know who your
I
favorite
was
is?
about to tell you
He
the one.
doesn't know their name.
I was gonna say the ones we sell. No, I mean that was gonna be my answer. But that doesn't. All
We
right.
all want to know why I have migraines. I mean,
I like Uno. Uno was.
he's pretty cool.
Uno was cool. I mean
He's a cool dude.
He is. Yeah, Uno's cool. Shrek's pretty funny too, especially at yoga.
Alright,
Shrek caused a mess at yoga. He was being
Shrek
bad.
had to be held.
We had to
Like,
hold him. He was being
you're
rude.
done.
Yeah.
Rude. Oh.
Yeah.
Rude.
Oh.
He was pulling people's
He was pulling
hair
people's hair
and
and-
jumping on people's faces.
Yeah, I know.
And-
Shrek was a mess. So
Shrek was a mess.
yeah, but Shrek, which is funny because they're both La Manchas, and I actually like the Alpines. I like the Alpines better than the La Manchas, but yeah, Shrek and Fiona.
How old is Moose?
Ooh.
He just turned a year old in
Year.
February.
Yep.
Yep. Oh.
Uh-oh.
When the babies leave, will mom still call for them like Jenny does when Jack?
Oh.
Yes.
That was an excellent example
Yes.
of what it'll be like.
And when it happens and these babies all start going home.
Some of the moms are better than others.
Yeah. Yeah.
Some of them are like, finally, freedom!
Yeah.
Other ones are like...
Plus, it's early, so she's doing that because he's only 3-4 weeks old.
Yeah.
Once you start getting to that 8 to 10, 12 week mark,
by the time they're 12
moms
weeks old,
are like,
they are praying for the day
yeah.
that you take their babies.
So it's not as
I'm
bad.
serious.
Yeah, it's not
There
as
are
bad.
some of them
Whoa,
there.
sorry.
Some of the moms are looking at the fence like, so long, suckers!
Yeah.
Yeah.
You think about it, in the deer community, it happens too. The moms
they're
have their
ready.
babies, they feed their babies, and they're like, get away from me, I'm trying to go get mated for next season.
Somebody
It
said you
happens.
look like a checkerboard.
I kind of do. Double jumps?
Double jumps. I kinged
Yeah.
you.
Yep.
Oh, good.
240 watching it. Oh yeah, we're a little low on the thumbs ups. That's okay. Got another one,
Bless you.
Angie?
Well, here's a funny one. Do the kids like the barn cats, or do they think they're just ugly goats? Just kidding.
You,
Like the
Oh,
kids.
no,
you
they
should have
did.
seen
Yeah.
yesterday out in the paddock. Hunter was playing with the baby goats, and the baby goats were scared to death. And then, like, Miles came in, and he was like, "Oh, I don't know what we're doing, but they're chasing me!" And
Yeah.
then he ran through a higher section of the fence and almost got stuck, and it was this big
So
thing. Yes, they interact, they
yeah.
play. Hunter's not afraid of them at all. Miles is still a little like, oh my god, he's chasing me! And Shyla does not dare, like, don't look at her, because she's a scaredy cat.
Why is Shrek such a milk thief? No, it's more,
Why does Charlotte let
Charlotte
everybody... Yeah.
yeah, Charlotte will let anybody
If we
have some
bred
milk.
turtles, Charlotte would let the
Yeah.
turtles nurse off
Yes.
with her.
She's trying to get rid of all the milk.
Yeah.
A gallon a day, okay? She
Yeah.
could deal with feeding everybody in the barn. She's
Yeah.
fine. But we do actually give her a little extra grain in the morning and the evening just to help supplement that, because that's a lot on her body.
Oh, that was a good one. I think Julie, she watched the video about Charlotte falling off the milk stand.
Lucy?
Lucy falling off the milk stand. Remember that? When Lucy fell and
Because
took
we told
the
her
milk.
that she was done.
Yeah, and ran out of the barn with the milk stand still attached to her neck, and
Yeah.
that was an
Well,
interesting
because
video.
we threatened that.
That-
What did we say though?
We
like,
she's
she's done.
She's done, as in done. She
done.
can go outside.
No, done as in like we're gonna dry
We're
her
gonna dry
off.
her up. Yeah,
And I
stuff.
thought, and she
Yeah.
thought we were saying something
like meat goat done.
meat goat done.
She
And
ran.
she's like, I gotta go.
I remember that video.
I'm reading the writing on the wall. It's
Yeah.
time for me to leave. Oh, good.
What's your hurry?
Yeah.
I think we're winding down. No, we do not have fainting goats.
No.
No.
Hold on. This was. How are you going to sort out the disagreement between your teenage son and the one down, next one down, which they had the other night about keeping a baby each?
Oh, I missed this.
So, okay.
That's why you were.
While I
Yeah,
was working.
You were working. I think I feel a migraine coming on.
Yes. Okay.
No, I mean, we're keeping pie, and that was Livy and Tyler's choice.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure
You're keeping Jack, is what it sounds like. Jack. So it sounds like you're leaning towards. So
that's
there,
what I'm
Jake's
leaning
happy.
towards, and that would make
But-
Jake happy.
But yeah.
But I don't know.
But
I don't know. They have to realize. I mean, that's kind of part of living on a farm, is that you can't
We're not
keep
keeping 'em all.
everybody. We always teach the kids they're here for 12 weeks. Enjoy them while they're here.
Yep.
Love them while they're here. And then they go. And then that makes room for the next season to bring in more babies, to love them while they're here. And sometimes it's hard, and other times,
So
yeah.
I'm gonna answer J.M. Davis's question. Do you give back to any organizations or donate milk? So no, we do not donate milk legally. It can't leave this farm as a consumable. So we don't do cheese. You can't drink our milk, all that stuff. That's why we convert it into goat milk lotion and can sell it that way. Give back, we're giving back right now. I mean, this is what we do. We just give back, and the event we did a couple weeks ago was a free event. That was our one event of the season where we...
So we actually did contact an organization called Ears of Connecticut. It's the Emergency Animal Response Service. And they actually are the only organization in the state of Connecticut who are there in emergency type situations. So your house burns down.
Right.
Well, you got the Red Cross to help you out. You have insurance to help you out. But where does your dog or cat go?
Right.
How does that dog or cat get transported from your house that just burned down to a veterinary hospital? They have a mobile unit, an ambulance that was converted into a veterinary mobile service so that they can treat your animal on the way to the hospital and get immediate care. They can handle barn collapses. They can place your horses. They can treat your horses. We were teamed up with them to have the whole event, all the donations went to them, but their founder sadly passed away around Christmas.
Yep.
And so they're in a holding. They're not doing events right now.
Yeah, they're not an active organization right now.
They're not an active organization right now. So unfortunately we were teamed up with them, but we didn't have enough time to find another charity that was close to us that we could work with.
Without putting my foot in my mouth, but we also reached out to our local volunteer fire department, but couldn't pull it off.
They didn't want to work with us?
Well, no, it's not that they didn't want to work with us.
Just organizational issues.
Yeah, it's just logistically, it didn't move fast enough for me, and it just never clicked. It never got all set up. So maybe next year there'll be something. Who knows? But we tried.
Claudia, I don't actually watch Game of Thrones, so I don't know very many characters to name the babies after. But I was thinking actually next year we should, while we have plenty of time to think about this and interact with YouTube and stuff, we should come up with a theme. So
I think YouTube did a great job. They named a lot of these goats this year. Lots of them.
And they're all
before the goat even came out. Like, I see hooves! Name it this! Like, they're not even out yet. And they're naming it once the hoof... Yeah, it looks like a girl! But next year, come up with, like, who knows? Just some,
We can even be like, all the Alpines, let's do a Finding Nemo theme.
Right, or something silly.
All the La Manchas, let's do
or
whatever.
like a Disney theme or whatever,
Or Disney
or a
theme,
car
or
theme.
something.
You've got two carbs in here already.
Yeah,
Tesla.
Bentley and Tesla.
Right, or something. So we'll figure that out for next year.
Or we'll just wing it. I don't know. It was actually a lot of fun.
Kind of winging it.
It was a lot of fun to have the babies hit the ground, announce that they were boys or girls, and then the names just came flying in.
Yeah.
It was a lot of fun picking from those names, and you guys had a lot of great suggestions, and I think I pretty much pulled the trump card once with apple and pie.
And Jack.
So
well, I didn't pull the trump card there.
Mm-hmm.
That one was given. That one was suggested. Hey, that's Jake's goat. Jake should name that goat.
Yeah.
So
Brenda just commented, and I don't know where it came from up above, about, yes, there are goats actually raised for meat. And if you did some research, goat meat is actually the most consumed red meat in the world.
Yeah, it is.
So, I mean, it's normal in other countries, just not in the U.S.
Okay, so confession time. I love goat meat.
Yeah, it's actually pretty good.
I have never eaten one of our goats. We'll also do that.
But it has to be cooked by, again, not politically correct channel, so don't get me wrong. It has to be cooked by somebody that knows what they're doing. Like, the Jamaicans are really good at it. And I think Spanish.
We go up to the Spanish.
Or there's a Puerto Rican Spanish store up about half an hour from here, and they are awesome at it.
So you went up to the beer making store a couple weekends ago, and on the way by, an old town that we used to live in, city, I guess,
Yep.
really. They have an ethnic
It's an ethnic grocery store.
and I was like, dude, stop there. I want
Yeah,
some.
and they have goat meat there all the time.
Yeah,
and
so
it's really
we got
good,
like to-go food there, and it's so good. I don't like to think of the goats as having faces.
But it's a totally different breed. It's a
not
very ugly looking, big, like, they get huge.
It's alright.
Right?
They're not ugly.
No, the boy goats, I thought they get massive. Like
They're not ugly.
300-400 pounds.
Boar goats are
Boar goats? Oh.
not ugly.
But yes, it does happen, just so we all know. Okay, never mind. I just saw it, just wasn't sure if everybody knew that goat meat is.
It is, yeah.
Yeah.
And actually, the lady who, my eye doctor, when I was getting my eyes, the LASIK surgery, she was Indian, and she says in India, goat meat is considered a delicacy.
That's why it's the most consumed red meat in the world.
But it's a delicacy. It's
right.
a special thing.
It's like filet mignon here.
Yeah,
It's up there, right.
Yeah.
But our YouTube channel, the second most popular country, sorry UK, you're not there yet, is India.
Well,
we have
that's because of one video.
The US, India, and the UK in that order, and Canada is up there too. So because goats are popular in India.
Yeah.
Yep.
Nona Brown, how old do they have to be before you sell them off? 12 weeks is what. So mid-June is when the first babies can start going home. And that's not. I mean, people do it so differently. I've got somebody else who will sell a baby goat off 3, 4, 5 days after their, 2 weeks. I just don't fly like that. That's not, I can't sleep at night knowing that 2 weeks, it's 14 days. They barely recovered from being born. Their umbilical cord is barely dry. I don't know. I don't.
Yeah.
They're all, think about it. All the goats are 2 weeks older than what he sells them at. It's just, it boggles my mind. So yeah, they're on mom for 12 weeks.
I don't know where we're at.
What is your favorite? I have a lot of questions still coming in.
You do?
Well,
maybe I
missed
them.
Scrolling through.
Go ahead. You were about to ask one.
What is your favorite goat dish?
I don't even know what it's called. It's like slow cooked. It's in some sauce, and they put it over.
Goat vindaloo.
They put it over rice.
So where we get it from,
it's Spanish.
It's
where
Spanish.
We get it from,
so because we get it in Spanish rice, and it's just like this slow cooked, falls apart, really tender, and I don't know what.
I have no idea what it's called.
No
I just
clue
asked
what it's
and I don't even. I can't even.
I just want that.
I just go that. I go, is that goat? And then they're like, then they'll tell you the pork. They have pork, beef, goat, and like chicken or something like that in the line. Mm-hmm. And I just pick the goat and the pork are usually the two I buy.
Yeah.
I don't even know what it's called.
Christina asked, do you ever visit the former babies once they leave the farm?
We had a friend down the street that took 2 at one point. So we
Our
used to.
very first 2 goats ever.
Yep.
And they went to live with a friend
right
of
down
ours.
the road. So we would visit them every once in a while.
And we visit them. And then...
Actually, unfortunately, one of them passed away, and we buried him back here.
Yeah, we brought him home.
So he's here. Yep.
Well, because his mom, Cassie, was the first goat we ever lost, too. And so we wanted to...
Yep, so he went and lived down there for 4 or 5 years. I don't know. And
4 years.
4 years. And then unfortunately passed away early. Shouldn't have been 4 years. Sudden. But so we offered to bury him back here. So he came back.
So he came back to the farm. He's here.
And then the other people that are coming back to buy more this year.
Yep,
We've
them.
Visited their goats right up the road.
And I get a lot of pictures from...
Yeah, we get pictures from a lot of our...
And I love seeing them.
Goat owners.
Love. It's funny, too, because the people who are coming back to get another set of goats.
Yep.
I haven't seen their original 4 that they got from us in a while. It's been probably a year and a half.
2 years.
Since I've seen them.
Yeah.
And so seeing them now as they're mature.
When he showed you pictures.
Yeah,
right,
they're as big as they're gonna get.
Yeah.
And we do actually plan on going over to visit their farm because they've got donkeys now, and the kids really want to go and visit.
Yeah. Angie, you got one?
Yeah. Do goats remember who their kids are?
Oh, while they're
Like,
here, yeah.
Long
I think
term?
after.
I
No,
wouldn't
like
think
if
so.
another. Wait, actually, hold up. Do you remember when? So Cassie passed away,
Yep,
and we brought in Danica and Deanndra.
that is true.
And the entire herd was like, I think Cassie's back
Yeah,
because Cassie and Danica were so similar,
yeah,
and they must have shared a similar smell because Danica walked right into this barn and was like, I own this place.
yeah,
She did.
yeah.
And,
Yeah, so
and
maybe
from
they
that
do.
day forward, and like she recognized, I just remember the interaction between Danica and Amy. They
Right.
grew up together for a short time, you know, because they were both from the same farm, born
Right.
there. So yeah, I don't know. I think I would like to think that they do based off of what I've seen.
Yeah.
So I
They
don't
could.
know.
Got another one?
Bewitched was wondering if you would happen to know the cost of postage for a bottle of goat milk lotion to the UK.
Ooh. Yeah, I don't know. All I know is when the website auto calculates to the UK, because it's all done automatically, done by weight. I mean, it could be like $20 to ship to the UK. You know what I might try though? For the UK and for Canada and for a couple of you guys, because I think those prices are ridiculous, and it's not me charging it. It's all in the back end of the website. It's just the way it works. For some reason, it's run by the government, so that could be why it's all screwed up. I might literally walk a bottle down to the post office and say, hey, if I wanted to ship this to this address I'll need a test address from somebody. If you could get me, Liz will get me a test address. I'll literally walk it over there. It's one bottle of lotion or one bottle of swanky sauce. What would it cost me to ship this to the UK or Canada, and see if it matches what my website is telling me. If it doesn't match, we'll figure something out. If it does, it is what it is.
Yeah.
Because it just doesn't make sense. I
Harry
mean,
M said it's $60.
yeah, it's crazy. It doesn't make sense.
For a bottle of 8-ounce lotion.
Yeah, for one bottle. Yeah.
$60.
Yeah. And it should give you two options. The USPS and UPS are the two that should pop up, because FedEx is even worse. And DHL is like ridiculous. I have no way to work with them around here.
With Canada, it's tariffs.
It's
That
tariffs.
was just a question.
Yeah, it could be. So, like I said, I don't do any of it. The back end of my website does it all, which is nice. But then I don't know what's going on. So, I'm going to look into it. I do have a third-party shipper I'm working with, not to get anybody all excited, that might be able to get me global shipping for $20 no matter what. So,
Oh my God, that would be
I'm working
freaking
on that
amazing.
now. It's like between like up to 5 pounds. You could ship 3 bottles of swanky sauce for 5 pounds. But I'm working on
That's a
that.
lot of lotion.
Yeah, a lot of lotion. It's like flat rate, like $20 all around the
International?
world, international.
Jeez, that'd be
I'm
awesome.
working. It's one more thing I'm working on.
Well, it's ever evolving.
But it's there, so
Yeah.
I don't want to get anybody too excited.
You
But
could do one of those mystery boxes.
yeah,
A mystery
yeah,
box.
mystery box. Yeah.
Mystery boxes.
Jeanette, I think she said it would be great to have foster children out one Saturday.
Foster
to
children here.
To
Oh
visit
yeah.
the goats.
Oh yeah, that we got. So that question earlier about organizations, or
We
do you
do
give that?
4-H.
We have a Girl Scout group coming soon.
Yeah.
and that's
We had
just
4-H groups come out.
Yep.
Last year I think we had 2 4-H groups come out. I don't remember.
Yep.
And then this year we have Girl Scout troop coming next weekend.
Yeah, we even talked about our son goes to a magnet school in an inner city where it's a lot of low income families that they live in an inner city. They don't live around goats.
And we
We've
had
thought
a
about-
school event that
We did one with them
the farm was open to their school
for
that
their
day.
school only. Yeah, we might do that again. Yep.
That was fun. So yeah, I mean we try to do as much as we can. We're not gonna put the table back in until tomorrow.
Tomorrow
So we have
after.
a goat snuggle event in the morning.
Yep.
And just the room is nice to have,
Right.
that wide open room.
Angie, you got
I
one?
don't know.
No? We're good.
No.
Alright. So I would say 2.
Hold on.
Oh,
Has Jenny ever had a baby go away?
I haven't seen it.
No.
Jenny ever had a baby?
All of Genevieve's offspring are here.
Oh wow, you're right.
3 years worth of.
My God.
You want to know why I want to keep Jack, right?
Oh,
That's
geez.
also in my head.
Like you just keep everything she gives us, pretty much. Right? It just happens.
Just happened that way.
Interesting.
And Jake wants to like, and Jake gets his way every year. All right, I think
we are
Oh,
good.
what happened to Cassie? I don't know how far back I am.
You must be really. I must have.
I'm
missed
at 8:59.
Yeah, you're far back. It's 9:05. So
Yeah.
you're 6-7 minutes back in the chat.
There's a lot of questions.
Has anybody returned a goat kid?
We almost had one.
Oh,
I would have gladly taken her back too. She was beautiful.
Yeah.
It was Amy's first kid, Aubrey.
Yeah.
And she was apparently an escape artist. And
Oh,
was
yeah.
jumping out of her pens, and I was like, I'll take her. I have that policy though. I'll take anybody back. Whether they're not gonna stay here necessarily. Like
Just
I'll find
a new
another home for them.
Right.
But I always have a no judgment, no
Yeah.
questions asked. I will take that animal back, rabbit, goat, chicken, whatever,
Yeah.
and I'll take it back because I don't want it to end up.
Yeah.
Don't set it free. You
Yeah.
know, don't bring it to a shelter. Don't post it for free on Craigslist. Like stuff like that. That all makes me sick to my stomach. So just bring it back here. I'll take it. No questions asked.
We'll find another.
I'm not gonna judge you. Things come up. Situations change.
Yep.
So, yeah, somebody asked, where was it? Oh, I just lost it.
What?
Oh no, I lost it. What? What would be the benefits of bottle feeding all the babies? I saw that happening on different YouTube channels. It makes me sad.
There's a lot of reasons they do it.
Mhm.
Mainly, they want the milk to go produce something. Whether it's milk, whether they're producing goat cheese or soap or lotion or something, they don't want to waste 8 to 12 weeks of production time.
Comes down to money.
It comes down to money. They're running a business.
It's also a very common CAE prevention.
That's where I was going next. Yeah.
So CAE is a common disease in goats that is catastrophic.
Right.
So one way to prevent the next generation from having it is you yank those babies off the mom as soon as they hit the ground. You don't even let them lick the babies. And then there's no way of transferring CAE to the next generation because it is transmitted through colostrum.
So we do test for CAE, but
Every year.
our herd is considered small for a business running.
We spend a lot of money testing them every year to
Right.
make sure that
Correct.
they remain negative, and
we can allow them to raise
we
their
can
own
allow
babies.
them to do this
Right.
responsibly.
But a goat business like that has 100 goats is probably not going to do that.
They're also in business to make money off of that goat milk.
Right.
If you have a goat herd of 100, you're not just a
Right.
hobby farm. You're now a commercial dairy. And
Right, exactly.
you can't afford for those babies to be nursing.
No, you
on
can't.
moms.
You need that milk 12 weeks early. Right. So that's why it's all done that way.
To me, though, this is why I will never have 100 goats.
Right.
Because I don't like that practice.
Yep.
And it's just not my thing.
Yep.
And what happened to Cassie? So Cassie was our first adult bred doe here, and she gave birth to triplets, and it was a complicated delivery. For our first one, like, man, we pulled the short straw on that one. So the last triplet came out in a really weird position, and the vet had to come out and help us with that one. And we got him out. He lived in the house for a day,
Day or two.
maybe 2 days.
2 days, maybe.
And then he passed away.
Yeah.
So then Cassie had her twins, and as they were growing up, a couple weeks,
About 2 weeks later.
2 weeks later, she was out grazing. She got some complication with bloat, and some, like, it was kind of a jumbled mess of like what happens, because we were all really new to it too. We didn't have half the education that we have now. Yeah. And we don't really know why, definitively why she passed away. But it was something with internal bleeding. Right. So we're thinking it was just a long-term complication from the tough delivery that she had. Yep. Combined with just her system was compromised. So
that was pre this barn.
Yeah.
So that's why it's called Cassie's Castle.
Cassie's Castle, because we were building this barn as we were dealing with all of that. Right. So Cassie's Castle, she's buried right on the other side of this wall. Yep. And so she. Yeah. We have all of her offspring here. Yeah. Well, all of her does, pretty much. She would have been a great great grandmother this year.
Jesus. Yeah.
Yeah, because Danica's hold on a second.
You calculating that one out?
Mom, grandmother, great grandmother.
Yeah, one great.
Penelope.
Yeah.
Poppy's mom. Yeah. Poppy is Penelope's mom.
Yeah.
And then Deanndra is the grandmother. Danica is the great grandmother. Cassie would have been the great.
So it is two
so
greats.
I was right.
Yeah, two greats.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yep.
Yeah.
Where are we at?
There's a few more questions.
What do you got?
Cal person wants to know, would you have an open house for special needs children?
We would totally do it. Yeah.
We had several.
We had several.
And actually, the last person who drove down the driveway was I don't know if she was the manager or something.
You talked to her about it?
Yeah, she ran I'm saying it wrong in my head.
The challenge we'd have to look at, just putting it out there, is when it comes to, I don't know how it all works, but the cleanliness. Like, we just got to make sure that I don't want to bring somebody here whose immune system is already compromised. I mean, that's not special needs, but I'm just saying.
Well, it
can be, right? So that's what I gotta be careful with.
So I think it was not halfway house. What is it called?
Halfway house is not special needs.
No, but
that's just a special circumstance.
No, it was a home.
An adult day program.
Yeah, for special needs who are physically abled, but not mentally able.
Got it. Oh yeah. Okay.
So she ran that, and we talked a little bit. I was like, I'll absolutely do an open barn event for her, the house that she manages.
Yeah.
Did you see the video when Tyler was sneezed on?
We have it saved.
Yeah. So we've
been 10 seconds though. We got to make those a little bit.
We've been compiling these small little bloopers or like the little snapshots of what the live cam is.
That's actually something we should tell them, especially our moderators.
Yeah. If you see something, that goes back. See something, say something. If it's like a funny clip or something.
But moderators only.
Yeah.
Like send Liz a message, say, hey, if you scroll back to this time, you might be able to see this happen.
And I can create the highlight.
And she creates like a little 10-second, 15-second highlight.
And I'm compiling all of them so that we can put them into one funny blooper video of the kids.
But we're going to need like
silly.
20, 30 highlights.
I only have like 3.
4.
3 or 4.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
so if you ever see anything that's super silly on a bubble cam or indoor cam, and it's just really good, like somebody falls in the water trough in front of bubble cam, that would be a highlight.
Well,
right.
First I gotta make sure they're okay.
Yes, obviously, but yeah.
Carrie E. I've seen Harper rubbing her head and body on the minerals, like bathing in it. Why? Harper, well, all of them are shedding their undercoat.
Yeah.
So Harper's a mess right now. She's got like little, I'm pulling
blotches.
White fluff off of her undercoat is coming out. So everybody's rubbing on everything right now because it's springtime shedding.
Yeah.
You should see them at the scratching post. It's really funny.
Mr. Hamburger wants to know if you have any questions for them.
Ooh, we asked that
We did
last time.
See, goes back to we didn't pre-plan.
We didn't plan.
We had a lot of questions last week, but this week we were like just trying to survive.
Have you subscribed to our channel? Yeah. Yeah, you know, I still get 50% of the viewers that watch our channel don't subscribe. I'm just curious. That's it. That could be a statistic that's wrong, like it says, you know, we're 50% male, female, which we know we're not.
I'm gonna ask 2 questions, and they're both kind of related, but I want to know. I don't want to put it out there in one question, so I'm gonna ask 2 questions.
Right,
who's your favorite goat? Like adult goat.
Adult.
Harper up.
Harper up. Yeah. So
Yeah.
the adult ones. Yeah. Got it.
And I'll wait for those to come flooding in before.
All those yeses have to be the subscribers. Thank you.
I do have pictures of Cassie. Oh, my goodness.
The goat to sneeze on Tyler was hilarious.
I had to watch it back several times for a lot. I watched everything because one of the babies got knocked down and I wanted to make sure that they were okay.
Oh, Moo, first one that came in.
Of course.
Second one, third one, hence Moo Stuffy.
Right.
What kind of goat was Cassie?
Jenny, Lucy,
Toggenburg.
Cassie was a Toggenburg. Yeah. Moo, 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 all of them. Oh my gosh. Charlotte, Rainey, Charlotte.
We have to stop. Like, now I just feel bad.
All of them.
Everybody else stopped listening, and Moo definitely stopped listening because it's
going to go to your
straight
head.
to her head.
Oh, yeah.
She's going to go break something tonight.
That's why she can never be the queen.
Oh, my God.
Rainey.
Oh.
Moo and then Amy.
Moo, another Moo. I like them all. We got a couple I like them all.
Oh my
Yeah, I
gosh.
think Rainey's beautiful.
Moo, 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 moo,
Moo
moo.
and Poppy.
Oh,
I
Jenny.
can't pick one.
Jenny.
Oh, somebody put Poppy up for B. Yeah.
I like Pop. Oh,
More
yes.
Moo, Moo, Moo. Right, that's why we're going to make the Moo stuffed animal. It's
Look,
just going to
Moo
have to
is
be the
iconic.
mascot. I can't make a stuffed animal for all of them.
No, Moo is iconic.
SeaWorld has that kind of money.
Yeah.
They can make a stuffed animal for every stingray or shark.
Right.
It's not cheap to make stuffed animals.
And I don't even understand why.
I mean, I could buy them at Tractor Supply for $4. I don't understand.
I can't make them for $4,
Nope.
but we can.
Yeah, it
buy
all
them.
comes down to volume.
Yep.
Yeah.
You make the stuffed animal move with the cape.
With the cape. Oh, now we're on to something. The cape
Halloween
could
version.
say Simon Says
Super
Farm.
Moo!
Yeah. Oh.
So my follow-up question to now we all know Moo's favorite.
Yeah.
Who's your favorite baby goat?
Oh, they asked me that earlier and I was stumped.
Right. Well, now I'm going to ask them.
Yeah, they'll all
They
know.
definitely have their favorite.
They totally have.
And they're not afraid to say it.
Nope.
See?
No.
Nobody's going to have their feelings hurt.
Nope.
You know.
No, not a single one of them will be like, the ones you guys sell, like I said.
Yeah, because you're weird. Where did that come from? He's going to...
Jack.
Oh, well.
Yep.
Of course. Jack.
Yep.
Moo is a
Another
cartoon.
Jack.
Moo is a cartoon.
Oh, Uno. Uh-oh, Jack's scoring some points here. Oh, Shrek.
Thunder.
Shrek. Thunder. Oh, wow, that got hidden. I didn't know.
Thunder, yeah.
Lightning and the thunder.
Jack. Pie. Shrek the milkaholic.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
that's cool.
Thunder.
They have
Yeah.
a donkey that looks like Moo.
That's what they said, yeah.
Donkeys
Oh,
have...
send a picture. I'd like to see that.
I want to see...
Yeah.
Well, see, the problem is I would totally get a donkey, but it's got to be, like, the right kind of donkey. It can't be, like, a solid color donkey. It has to be, like, a paint. You know, like the horses,
Yeah,
they're paints?
I know exactly what you're talking about.
I would want a paint.
Oh,
Somebody said Penelope.
Fiona got a vote.
I know Bee's
No,
favorite
Fiona
is
got-
Penelope.
Yeah.
I haven't seen...
Pie Pie's getting a couple votes now, too.
Pie Pie should get a couple votes. The milk thief, Shrek.
Shrek, the milk
He
thief.
definitely has some
Yeah.
determination. I'm seeing ears.
All right. Well,
All right,
I'm
I
down
think
to
we're done.
10%. I think we're going to wrap it
I'm at
up.
15.
Yeah, I'm almost there too.
Yep. Yep,
Yeah.
we're gonna wrap
We're
it up, and
done.
I'm gonna walk you guys around to see some
Yeah.
little goats while we unhook all this.
And put the barn back together.
Put the barn back together. So thank you for watching.
Yes.
Liz
And I
is
guess
looking
we're
at you.
gonna. Oh.
There you go.
hey.
Yeah.
And I guess.
Yes, it's gonna be next
Next
Saturday. We
same
don't know what
place,
time yet.
Same time.
Well, we don't know that yet.
All
So
right. So
we
plan for Saturday.
yeah.
We will look at our schedules and see what time.
Yep.
You have your baby calm down.
Look at all these. Ah.
Votes.
She wants votes. She's like, damn you, Moo.
Yeah.
She's like, we're from the same generation. Are they? No. Yes, they are. They're from the same class. Moo. They like you. Hey, can I have that white phone, Liz?
Can somebody pass me Jack and the thermometer?
Yeah, thank you. Oh, there you are, Moo. Yes, thank you, moderators, and everybody else that watched. And all your great questions. Moo Moo. Look at you. Alright, let's go look at somebody else. We got Rainey. All right, look at Charlotte hanging out over there. Shrek, you were trying to eat from Charlotte while she's laying down. That's kind of funny. That's kind of funny. Huh? A lot of them are sleeping in the barrels. And you won't be able to see in there, but I see an ear. I see an ear sticking out. Yep. I don't know whose ear it is. Oh, there's one under here. Look at this one. We'll go get this one. Here we go. Look at this one down here. Look at it. What are you doing down there? Huh? What are you doing? Oh, what are you doing? Huh? Yeah. What are you doing? Okay. All right. Oh, there's a clip out there that I need. It's got like a little level on it. See how it has that little green bubble? No, it's got the green bubble on it. There we go. You still taking his temp?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Alright guys, getting you back up on the wall. I'll put you there for a minute. Okay? Just sit there. Oh, I need the power cord. That's plugged into the end. The orange, the black cord plugged into the end.
Because one of them was up on the top of it. I can see it not being too long before he hops over the top there.
One of the goats was up here?
The front feet.
Oh, front feet. Yeah, that's still a long time.